Yeah, you remember how we're gonna have to like put it on separate tracks?
Yeah. New target start. I did it. It's doing it on
Nice.
YouTube too
Okay, yeah, I see mine on YouTube as well. Dude, it's working. I gotta put on my little duck hat. Hold on one second. I got my headphones off.
though.
So
I have. So I took the duct tape off of my
yeah,
earphones. So the like tape
my hair
remnants.
down.
The tape remnants are very sticky. So
Bush the
but if
cap on,
I have a T-shirt over my head, so my
and
hair
then I'll
doesn't
put
get
these
stuck.
headphones back on. Oh, hello. This ain't gonna work. Hold on. Yeah,
I'm the
come
Taco
on.
Torres.
Sorry, I can't quite hear you yet. Yeah, almost there. Come on. All right, I think I'm good now. Yeah, there we go. My little duck hat's flapping. You there?
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
So
All right. Well, let me make sure my audio sounds okay. You want to pop open each other's streams to make sure we sound okay?
yeah.
All right. Let me let's figure it out. So you're the Taco Taurus, right, on Twitch?
What was your name? Just real raw dog.
I'm real. It's either Raw Dog. Yeah, it's Real Raw Dog. I'm Taco it's either Raw Dog. Yeah, it's Real Taurus. Raw Dog. Oh yes, dude. What a setup. Oh yes. Oh, dude. What a setup. I started to play both of our streams.
Yeah, you have your
I
little
started
skeleton
to
guy in
play
the
both of
corner.
our streams.
Yeah, you have your little skeleton guy in the
Hunk,
corner.
oink. And
Where
then let me
is
go
it?
find you on YouTube. Hunk, oink. And then let me go find you on YouTube.
Where
You
is
better
it?
go say something in my chat,
Oh,
loser.
am I supposed to?
Yeah. You gotta open it up. You don't have to do it on your computer. You can do it on your phone or something if you want.
Let's go.
Yeah. Wait, what are you on YouTube? Are you Taco Taurus?
No, it's Connor White 652.
652. We gotta get that changed.
Yeah. Is yours also
Connor
Raw
White
Dog?
652. I think it's actually just Raw Dog on YouTube. Nice. Oh yeah, dude. Look at this. 652. We gotta get that. Let's freaking go. Hold on. I'm trying to. Who is this guy? Look at this. What a nerd. I'm trying to. Who? Wearing some weird. I spelled. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it spelled like that. Some weird headdress.
I don't know how to.
Wearing some. Feels like cultural appropriation. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it spelled like that. Some weird.
I don't know how to comment on your YouTube. How to.
That's fine, but that is upon it.
Wait, I'm in my chat.
Yeah. Let me open. I
That's
don't know
weird.
how to comment on your YouTube. Hello.
Wait, why is it saying my bitrate's lower?
Yeah, it's not letting me open.
What? Oh, did it let you finally?
Oh, there it is. Yeah, hello.
Okay, nice.
Wow.
What a guy. Hey, there he is. Okay, so is my stream laggy for you? Like, does it look okay?
Yeah.
What a guy. Hey, there he is. Okay, so is my stream laggy for you? Like, that's weird. It's on YouTube. On YouTube, it looks okay, right? Okay. Well, it's saying that my video bitrate is not enough on YouTube, but I don't know. We'll figure it out. So, anyway, let's do something in Minecraft, shall we? We'll figure it out. So, anyway, I'm like the guy in the chair. Yeah, okay.
I'm like the guy in
Yeah.
the chair dead.
Dude, a first time chat? What the heck? Yeah. Dude, thank you at the Taco Taurus. Dude, thank you so much for the comment, dude. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course, anytime. You know.
Okay, I need to change
Who is
the
that?
titles of this stream. We need to update this. I didn't even. Oh gosh, this is just named Raw Dog Livestream. Come on, this is Minecraft with
Taco Torres.
with Taco Taurus.
Hey.
Minecraft with Taco Taurus. What a guy. What a man, this Taco Taurus dude. Keep laying it on me. Here we go. Title: Minecraft with Taco Taurus. What a hunk. This guy. Dot.
Calls me a hunk. Oh my gosh, Sophie today, we were editing, and she brought me
Oh, yeah?
this t-shirt.
Wait, who's Sophie?
Sophie Hasna. She's the director.
Oh, nice. That's right. Yeah.
Anyway, but she brought me some shirts to wear for some reason. She was
Interesting.
like cleaning out her closet, I guess. Anyway, but she was like, "Hey, you're gonna look good in this shirt," and then I put on this shirt that I have on, and she was like,
Dude, you're wearing a tap out shirt? I just looked in your stream. What the fuck? She made you wear that?
She didn't make me do anything.
Oh, okay. I thought this was like, you need to wear this. Like,
Yeah, she was like, you need to wear that. She likes
that's still crazy.
She likes the fit. I was like, I do not like the tap out. And she was like,
That's crazy.
she was like, it's not about the tap out, it's about the fit on how it fits on you.
How it fits on you. Okay, so it's just more about like the actual shirt, not the design.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I get that. Was it at least a nice shirt? Like, was it a good
Yeah,
fabric?
it's a great quality shirt. I'm probably gonna get rid of it, but no, she was so funny. We were talking at one point. I swear to God, she was like off in a different universe for a minute, and I was like, hello, and she was like,
Hello?
sorry, you just look really good in the shirt. I was like,
Wow. Okay, being a little forward with you,
I
huh?
said, damn, what does that mean? She was like, what do you think it means? I was like, okay.
Wow, dude, this guy kind of sounds like a hunk.
I need to.
Sorry, I gotta type in your chat. This
I
like an
gotta go.
unk. Whoops, hunk,
No.
hunk, not unk.
This guy is so unk.
No, I'm not saying that. That's not what I meant. That's
This
not
guy
what I
is
was saying.
such an unk, bro.
Come on. You don't mean it. He doesn't mean it.
You're the one calling me an unk. I don't know what to do.
Take it back. Take it back. Okay, I'm just standing around doing nothing, man. I gotta get to doing something.
I've got fireworks, so
You got fireworks, nice.
I got fireworks.
Clean with
now,
it.
So I've been doing something.
Clean with it, rock
Where is,
with it, lean with it. Sorry.
Wait, where were you gonna
Where's
put
what?
the Wayne Manor?
Oh yeah, so
Right above the house, right? I mean,
yes, where that stupid ass platform is now.
is that gonna be something?
That was supposed to be Lex's spot apparently.
What?
So I don't know what to do. I've already picked out, and I was gonna wait to do Wayne Manor because I'm like, I'll wait to make sure nobody gets in that spot and really make sure it's clear. But now I'm like, uh-oh.
No,
And like, I'm
so you
sorry,
probably should have
they weren't even planning to fix the way that this juts off the side of the mountain, bro.
Oh, really?
No, I was like, are you gonna terraform this? They're like, no, I don't think so. I was like, what do you mean? Caitlin's gonna get me mad about this, and I'm like, I don't like it. And usually I think Caitlin's like kind of a stickler, but she's kind of like the stickler that kind of, it's a needed position where like nobody wants to do it, but she's kind of the voice that
She wants to do
that
it.
yeah, well, but that's the thing, like everybody needs somebody to kind of make the judgment calls and be like, this is not good and we don't need this, and to be the kind of person that which sucks, but it's also like, like I said, everyone kind of needs one, and this is one of those situations where I need her to. Hey, wait, you're tearing down what? Oh, wait, yeah, I'll come help you do that.
Yeah, we don't need that anymore.
We can get this out of here.
Dude, I called
Oh,
her
yeah.
today and was like, hey, dude, we should, like, you, me, and Ash should hang out. She was like, okay. She was
Ah,
like,
wait, let's sleep.
I was like, okay. Oh, I heard you. But now I have all this stuff on the floor.
It's okay, we'll come back and get it. Oh my god, these punks are getting me. Dude, if he's not moving again, I'm gonna be so mad.
Oh, is
If
it?
he's just AFK.
Is he still on?
Yes.
What?
That's why I said let's sleep
Oh, okay. I was like,
in the chat. I wasn't saying that to you. Thought I was just saying that to you.
yeah, I was like, I'm here, brother.
Yeah, like bro, don't talk to me like that. What's your problem?
What the? You can use your words, man. Can you not use your words? Are we not adults? Now we're children. God. Alright, whatever. I'm tearing down this house.
I don't know why I just closed out of Discord. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Sorry, that was a stupid accident.
Oh, I can kick him. Where is he?
I don't know though. He hasn't said anything, and I'm not sure if he's online and still doing stuff because he lost his items. If you remember.
I might just kick him here in a minute if he's not gonna get off.
Yeah, because we need to sleep. Come on, brother man.
He's probably just in a hole somewhere.
He probably is, which is like,
He does that all the time.
I mean, like I know. I'm sorry. I just don't. Oh, he said yeah. Okay, so he is still online. All right, can you? Yeah, okay, you're sleeping. Sorry.
Oh no, that was him.
Oh, nice. Then sleep, brother. It's time to sleep.
Woo!
Collaborate with your friends. Add trusted creators and friends to your favorites so they can knock and ask to collaborate when you're live.
Am I a collaborator?
I think so, maybe? Permission? I don't know. We'll figure it out. I want to make you. Yes, let's fucking go.
Permission to whoop your ass? No, I'm just kidding.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dang, bro.
Yeah.
Kind of rude with it. Hey, type something in my chat so I have some damn interaction, bro.
What the heck?
I gave you interaction.
What the heck?
Loser. Oh, wait, that works. Oh my god, smiley face? Oh? Let's go. This guy rules. What a stinker. Alright, just figured I'd have to... I give you some of that. Alright. Let's tear this sucker down. So, I'm sorry, I kind of missed what you were saying. Whoa, she had a lot of stuff. I guess we'll do something with this.
Yeah, we can just
What did
put
she...
it-
I kind of missed...
Oh, yeah, I don't know. She keeps
Y-
she keeps she keeps
Yeah.
Snapchatting me in like the middle of the night, and
What?
but won't say anything, and I'll be like, "Hey, what's up?"
And she doesn't say anything? Like, after she Snapchats you?
Yeah. Yeah. she'll just send me,
Why?
like,
That's so
another
weird.
picture, and I'm like, okay, weird.
And so, yeah, but when you reached out to her and said, like, hey, we should all hang out, what was her reaction?
Yeah, she was like, "Oh, I'll have to check, I guess." And then
Hmm.
then she was like, "No, we're busy." Oops.
Okay.
And I was like, "Okay, why are you being like this?" This is
Yeah,
weird. I'm
what?
getting weird vibes.
That is, like, such a... kind of a... I don't know. Women, am I right? No, I'm kidding. I'm
No,
kidding.
no, no.
I'm kidding. I'm joking. It's a joke.
Yeah, she
I'm
was-
pranking. No, but seriously, that is kind of, like, a little lame.
Yeah, like, be my friend? Question mark.
Yeah, for real. Like, I mean, especially if she continues to, like, maintain contact. Like, I feel like, you know, at that
Right.
point, she kind of not. It's just yeah, like she's the one initiating the conversations. Like, what,
Yes, yeah,
where's
she
this?
keeps- She keeps hitting me up randomly, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Huh.
I'm like,
Well,
"Hey,
I mean,
what's
teach
up?"
their own, I guess. What's up, hey? And it's like, oh, sorry. Actually, why are you messaging me, weirdo? What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm like, bro,
Who is
I
this?
didn't message you.
Like, bro, you messaged
You
me.
messaged me. What do you
Yikes.
mean?
Yikes. Hate to see it, man. You hate to see it.
God,
Real
just
shame.
Be friends with me. Golly.
Exactly. Come on. What What can you do?
No,
And now we're just tearing down the remains of
she's definitely
her
not getting back on.
weird
I asked her,
attempt to.
like, seven times.
Yeah, and
She'll
she's kind of dodged
back
every
on.
time, I bet.
Oh yeah, she's just like said absolutely nothing.
Yeah. Sounds about right. Oh, I didn't mean to break that from under you. Oh, I'm full on inventory. Built some little staircase up. But yeah, so I guess we'll. Do we want to? Oh, why didn't that open? Can this not open anymore? I'm dumb.
This will be space for the.
Yes, for the little extra village thing. Okay, nice. Yeah, so do you want to try and like go out and do something, or do you want to build while we're doing this, or what do you think?
Great question.
Great question indeed. I'm really good at those. You got a friend in me. We sang that in sync on my end. That was perfect. No, I think on your end I probably wasn't in sync for you. But I'm telling you on my end, we were perfectly in sync. That was beautiful.
Yeah, my viewers were definitely like, "Wow, that sucks."
I know.
Oh, no,
That's
no,
a
guys,
real shame.
You don't get it. We were doing it in a canon.
Yeah, you don't understand. We were round singing, so it's okay. Maybe you'll understand if you were as cool and musically inclined and as badass as us, you know.
Music. Yeah, if you've ever played a music in a stinky bar.
If you've ever played a music before, you would know.
Dude, I played.
Guys like us, we know a music.
I played a show last night, and it was fun. But dude, I hated that there weren't like enough people there.
Ah, that's always the worst because it's like you because you're never gonna like put on less of a show, but it just feels less worth it, you know? Because you always put
Yeah.
your 110% in because you're like, well, what if there's the one freaking producer or Rick Rubin sitting out in the fucking crowd or something?
Right.
But and it's also just like one crowd is just as good as 100,000, right? I mean that's kind of also as point.
James,
Oh, baby Alexis, thank you for the follow. I don't know who you are, but thank you for the follow.
do you actually have people in your chat?
I don't know. I mean, I've got somebody who just dropped a follow, so I appreciate it.
I don't know how to look at my.
You probably I have multiple windows open, or like I have multiple monitors as well. So
Oh, that really helps you.
yes, but you can at least you should set it up to where your phone it has your stream open,
Yeah. Okay.
because that way you can look at it on your phone.
I assume Twitch is probably the one that we're gonna be the most active on.
I would imagine. Yeah, YouTube Live is not as popular, but it's still pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
We like YouTube Live.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the YouTube viewers. None of you.
Shout out.
Oh, I just subscribed to the channel. Yo, thank you, Connor White. I appreciate the subscription.
That's what I thought.
Looking forward
Yeah,
to.
Come on now.
Yeah, my bad. I was just checking my phone. Dude, we can't have dead tiling, bro. We have to fill the silence.
Oh.
Fuck. Say something, dude.
Magic the Gathering, Glarb.
There you go. Okay, Magic the Gathering, Glarb
Calamity's
deck.
Augur. Oh my god.
No, people don't like Magic, man. Talk about something else. Trump, dude. Trump sucks. Elon's a fascist. Nazism is. I probably can't say all this stuff on Twitch. I haven't read the term of service.
Oops.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. Fuck Nazis. What?
Yeah, I feel like you can definitely
think
say that
that's
no matter
like-
what. I feel like there's no way you can't say fuck Nazis.
9-7.
It's like saying like dogs are cute, you know?
Yeah, like you should be able to say fuck Nazis and dogs are cute.
Yeah, like yeah.
Free speech.
It's
free
a
speech.
a pretty free speech, but also just like free speech that everybody can agree on,
Right, exactly.
except for Hitler. But he's not really a part of the equation.
Maybe I do have another Twitch.
You do.
Apparently
Hello.
I do. What the?
You,
heck?
Mr. Taco Torres has another Twitch. I
Dummy,
knew it.
what a dummy.
Wow. So you're streaming on the wrong Twitch. This guy.
No, I'm not.
Can y'all believe this?
I have picked one. I have one viewer.
Oh, you have a viewer.
Oh,
Nice.
I think it's you.
Oh, it's probably me. Yeah, it's probably me. Is that well? Hello, viewer. Hello, Jacob. Oh, what's up, Jacob? Nothing much. How's your day been? It's all right. Hope you like that snorting to the mic.
Oh, let's do chat only.
Chat only.
Well, yeah, on my phone.
What if I want to?
Need it. Why are you saying not
Oh
hunk?
yeah.
What a stinker. You.
What are you talking about? What are you talking? Yeah, see, about time. About time I got replied to. Golly, this guy thinks he's so cool.
Yeah, he's pretty much the worst. What a
Yeah,
stinky guy. Anyway, but
actually the worst.
no. So I'm making a short film, which is pretty cool.
This is true. This is true. Give me the rundown. How's it been so far with the? Give me the process, the ins and the outs. No, okay. I mean, on the real.
Low key.
You were
So
talking about how she. What? Hold on. Go back to the T-shirt thing. What were? What was
the
she like?
T-shirt thing.
Yeah, yeah.
She's
Why
just
did she
saying I
make
look.
you wear this weird ass
I
T-shirt?
don't know. She said she thought I'd look really good in it, and I put it on, and then she was like, "Wow, you look
Damn,
really
you look good in it.
I was like,
This woman likes you. Just gonna say it.
"Oh, I hope so.
I think. Well, what do you mean you
gotta
hope so?
I gotta get through that. I went on a date with her like in December.
Oh, okay. I feel like you did mention that at some point.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
She
I
was
didn't.
like,
I didn't know that it was there was collusion among the cast and crew.
well, she's already been asked out on a date twice apparently. And I'm like,
Wow,
how
you got
unprofessional.
competition.
No, I don't care.
He is unthreatened. What a man.
Unthreatened's probably not the right word. It's just like she's a grown woman. She can do what she wants.
That's
Um,
fair. That's fair.
And if I were to be upset about that, then that would make me less of a man.
True. True.
But no, I think it's we talked about it, and she was like, yeah, because I said I said that's kind of unprofessional. And she was like,
Yeah,
yeah, she was
that
like,
was.
I was like, if I'm gonna take someone out on a date that's a part of this cast or crew, I would definitely wait until we were, I don't know, done with the project, probably.
I think
but-
that's a fair way to look at it.
Because like we're gonna have to spend days together. You know what I mean? Like full,
Right.
several full more days where we're like working on production side by side, and like I don't know. I mean, it would be it would suck if you're like in production and someone asked you on a date and you had to be like no, and then you show up and now the vibes are off. Now they're like being douchey.
Very
about it.
true. That's so true. Cause like, why? That's kind of something that's like, why did anybody ask her out initially?
Yeah,
Like,
she's
if they were working on the set with her.
right. She's the fucking director. Like
Bruh, that's such a.
she can
Wow,
literally
that's a
fire
very-
you any moment.
That's such a.
Can you imagine? like,
Dang,
You
man.
go on a date with her, right? Like during production, and it goes poorly, and then she's just like, "Don't show up to the next day." That's why I'm
Bro,
not
I
worried,
just-
cause like, worst.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, honestly, worst case for whoever the guy is like, he's gonna, you know what I mean? Like, he could just fuck it up and then not be there anymore, and then I'll know exactly who it was that asked her out on a date.
Yeah, there you go. Right. Oh, am I gonna give this kid a name tag?
Don't.
But I do have them, and I think he heard me say I gave one to Jacob. So I'm kind of an asshole if I don't.
Okay.
I got one. I'm a loser. This little kid, man. I don't. It's fine. It's fine. We have the server available to everyone. It's fun. It's a group effort. It's all good. All good vibes. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Baby, it's fine. Big girls don't cry. You know that one, Frankie Valley? I think. Big. Is it Big Girl? I think, yeah, it's Big Girls Don't Cry.
You know,
What a
fat bottom
classic.
girls make the rockin' world go round.
Ah, that's a classic, man. Who doesn't love
I
a little
know,
queen?
right? Come on. And you know what? He was so right. He didn't even like fat bottom girls, but he knew what was up.
He didn't, but he was speaking the truth. And that was back when that was was that was pretty taboo to be
That was
saying
pretty
that.
taboo to say fat bottom girls. Come on.
That they're not only that they exist, but that they make the world go round.
They do though. I mean,
They do. I mean,
They got that.
let's be real. All size bottom girls make all girls make the world go round.
So true. I mean, without women, we wouldn't exist. Straight up.
I mean, facts. But not to be a typical
Huh, feminist.
mandering pander, right?
I'm a feminist.
You mean you're a meninist, bro? I think you said it wrong.
What the fuck is that?
What do you mean? What the fuck is a meninist?
What is
You should
that?
be asking what the fuck a feminist is. A meninist? I bet you're gonna mispronounce it and think I'm saying Mennonite. No, I'm just kidding. I don't. No, that was a real thing. I think. I think it probably still is. Oh, I forgot he needed a name tag.
Oh, you know what I need? I need deep slate. I'm gonna go get some deep slate. Look in my
Alright,
miscellaneous chest.
I'm not saying we're streaming. He doesn't need to know. All the kids at his school, no problem. I mean, I do want them to find us, but I want them to find us organically, you know?
I
So,
don't think they ever will. I'm gonna be honest.
no, that's you can't. You have to manifest the good things, man. Come on, we're gonna make something huge. One of the LeBron parody, or
Making it big.
the Minecraft Beatles eventually will pop off. It's happening, man.
If
You
he
just
does, that'd be pretty cool.
that movie. I cannot wait to see it. Like, actually,
She,
the more you've been telling me about it, the more I've been like, oh my god. And I keep forgetting that, like, this is just like something I'm gonna get to see.
Yeah, we'll
Like-
premiere it at some point this summer. I think.
Yeah. Where at? Do you know where you'll premiere? it?
No, probably St. Stephen's Music Hall if I had to guess.
That's cool.
Probably, yeah. Either there, I don't know, somewhere else. We'll find out. Because they let us film there one day, so we might
Uh-huh.
like get a little kickback. You know, like hey, you know, everyone come to St. Stephen's, buy a beer, come see the movie for free or whatever.
Yeah. That'd be cool. And then if it does, well, you're gonna try and take it to like any like festivals or anything?
Yeah, that's why our editing schedule's so tight. 'Cause
I see.
We gotta finish it by April 30th, I think is the first like submission date. But she wants to submit it to film festivals across the world, so
Whoa.
yeah.
Nice. That's pretty crazy.
I know, I was like, oh, perfect.
Okay.
Great.
You were serious about this. Like,
She was
real
like,
serious.
yeah, and I was like, well, I'm glad I've been taking this really seriously.
Holy moly. Yeah,
Can you
for
imagine
real.
if I had been like,
Just kind of dicking around and like not take. Oh my god! Imagine if you hadn't like been so attentive with all of the like script changes that you've been doing and stuff that you've been suggesting.
yes.
Dude, you're like, if this does good, you are like actually gonna be so instrumental in its success.
Yeah, I mean, shooting and editing is like, dude, two huge
But that's like
parts of
that was already right, and I'm talking about like on top of that, you've like been behind the scenes on all of the scripts and everything. Like, this is crazy, man.
I know.
But it's awesome.
Well, I mean, she wrote it. I've just been, yeah. I guess
Yeah.
I've been making suggestions, but I haven't like
Make it- but-
actually changed any of the script.
Well, right, but well, you said that she had. You were like,
well,
to
yeah,
see the.
She did take my suggestions and
That's fine.
made some changes. I think she
And
made
that's
changes
yeah.
that were better than a little bit better than what I was, more subtle than what
I-
I was suggesting.
But
which is
you
effectively-
pushed her in that direction, dude. Like you can't understate that, bro. Like
Yeah.
that's crazy.
It's been,
That's
it's been a neat
awesome.
process.
I bet.
you
I'm
know,
sure it's been taxing though.
Oh yeah, the shooting days are like next
Shooting
level.
gays, dude. You can't say that.
Days?
No, I'm sorry. It just sounded like you said
Oh,
the
shooting
shooting
gays?
gays has been
Oh
like.
no! Oh,
I was like,
no.
Connor,
We love the
Connor, you
gays.
can't say that.
We love the gays.
No. Of course, of course.
Um,
No, but the shooting days were like what?
they were grueling. I
Mm.
mean, I guess specifically for me, I don't know. I'm sure for her too, but I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean,
but
you've
for
been also
everyone
taking
else,
on a
it
lot
was
of.
probably pretty chill.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
oh,
not
yeah,
the same.
Yeah. I mean, there was like the first night I got there. The first day we shot, I was there from 8 a.m. till like 10 p.m. And the last last 2 hours, we shot it all handheld. So, and I held my camera for like 45 minutes straight because we did like 6 takes of more than 6 takes of a scene.
Dude,
over
your
and over again.
arm.
Oh yeah, it was my back. Like I was,
Oh, I bet. Yeah, you're backed up.
you know, and I went and like had to take a little after we got through those like 45 minutes straight where I was just like, you know, she was just like, "All right, run the take again." And I was like, I mean, I get it because you know we're trying to get the best, you know, like,
Yeah, but
most,
still.
like tired reactions out of these actors and stuff. So you gotta like run 'em for a minute to get them to do something.
Sure.
And you know, 'cause
Still
you go
though.
into it and it's like there's no real rehearsal time. You're doing it, right? So
Yeah.
she's got to be like, she was acting and she was having to give them, you know, direction, and so she'd be like, all right, let's run it again. Anyway, but it was awesome, and honestly, it made, for me personally, it made it a little bit better, I think, like for the movie overall, because it makes the footage a little bit like shakier. It was like a very intense scene, and so you make the footage a little bit shakier as I'm like dying near the end.
God.
And you know,
But like it's natural. Like I love
Right,
that. It's like
exactly.
actually from exhaustion. Like that's kind of it's a
vibe.
double-edged sword, right?
Yeah, you don't want too much of it, but like
But you need the
none at-
naturalness of it.
Yeah, none at all would almost be like wouldn't work for the scene.
Yeah, dude, that's cool. Okay, I'm getting a lot more respect. I mean, I obviously already respected, you know, all the work that this woman is doing, you know, to put this together. But the more I hear about this production, the more excited I become.
Right?
So that's awesome.
And so like so I'm shooting it, and I straight up I had to take like a 10-15 minute break.
I
was
bet,
like,
bro. Yeah.
She was like, "Okay, do we want to run
Trooper
that
for
again?"
that one.
And I said,
Woo.
"Look, I gotta take a break. I'm gonna go lay down for a minute."
Let's do it. Let's do it one more time. No.
I was like, "No, no."
One more
this-
time is really 3 more
This
times, if,
scene
you
is
know,
like
because somebody messes
7
up.
minutes long right now, and I cannot do another 7 minutes of holding this
No,
10-pound
bro.
camera in my hand.
No, thank you. That's not worth it at that point. But that's also still, like, I mean, yeah, at least I feel like out of all of that, y'all had to have gotten something worth using. Like, that's so cool.
Oh,
still.
we did, and too, like, you know, the more times we run it, right? Obviously, the better it gets for the actors, but also for me personally, right? It gives me more time to work with what is, especially when I'm going handheld and like scenes like that where it's real intense. What is the motivation, right? Like, and so I get to play more with like where the focus is and why during them expressing and stuff like that. So that can also give like a natural progression of anxiety and stuff too, as like the camera comes in and out of focus as they're like, you know.
Yeah, as they're kind of like struggling with certain things that kind of make that
Yes.
more poignant and like, yeah. Okay, so it like, yeah, it's showing how much more intentional all of it is too.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man.
So instead of just doing like a straight take where I'm just like trying to keep focus on them, now you know, we're 2-3 takes in, and I've been working on the same actor or whatever. Like I'm starting to notice all of the things that they're really trying to get get to in the scene, and so then I can like have the camera complement what they're feeling.
Yeah, right, because
trying
you've
to
had a couple
convey.
takes to get it as well. And you've also like you're starting to understand it more from like like as well. No, yeah. Sorry, continue.
No, you're nailing it, man. That's exactly like where their headspace is at, where they're
Right.
trying to take their character, or where their character is taking them, right?
This is fascinating. Yeah.
So that really helped me, and so that's I don't think I told her about it until maybe the next day, because I just told her I needed a break. I didn't I wasn't like stop, I was just like
Right.
hey,
Like, please get me out of here. You,
was like,
you
hey,
communicated effectively as
yeah,
a
can we just take a
normal
break?
individual does.
And
Right.
she was like, yeah, that's probably for the best. Everyone take like 15,
There you
And,
go. Yeah, you probably said what everyone was thinking too.
Oh yeah, for sure. And you know, and I told her later, I was like, no, no. She was like, oh man, I did not realize how long you were like holding the camera. And I was like, no, I mean, like, you gotta understand that, like, first of all, I'm in this to make
I
money.
suffer for the art, right?
Right, but, you know, two, I respect what we were trying to get out of it. What you were
Yeah,
trying-
you see the vision.
Yeah, trying to dig into the actors with, and so like, and it was so similar for me. Like, I was learning more about the scene as we did it, just as they were, you know.
Yeah. Hey, just really quick as before we continue, will you pop by the mountain cave to make sure I'm like digging around the right dimensions and stuff,
Oh, okay, yeah, sure.
just to make sure? Because if we want to go bigger, I can, but I'm thinking this should be okay.
Ooh,
But anyway.
Um. Yeah, but it's been a crazy process. You know, 'cause we're
Bet,
kind of
bro.
doing everything. I mean, low key, kind of last minute, but obviously.
I bet I kind of feel like that's how most of these productions end up, right?
Yeah.
With things changing so on the fly and, you know, stuff like
I mean,
that.
yeah, always. I do wish, like, you know, when she started talking, when she told me about this back in December, I wish I had been. But she was convinced. I'm pretty sure in her mind, obviously, she was convinced that she was gonna have someone else shoot it, not me.
Ah,
And so, you know, and I wasn't gonna like push that. Obviously, that's not my place. But if I had, I think it would have benefited us a lot to, for the overall process, for me to have like worked on it with her a little bit harder at the beginning, so that we could have gotten some of this stuff a little bit more ironed out beforehand. You know, instead of like a week before production or 2 weeks before we started shooting. Because if we, can you imagine if we had like 2 extra months of me like me and her going back and forth and making suggestions and stuff.
all of these things that you would have had questions about prior would have been able to like fully have been answered.
Yeah.
And like not only that, all of the suggestions, right, that you would have been making too, right? I mean, that's what you're kind of getting at, right?
What we would have like been like pushing each other to like, you know, find for the script.
Exactly, and considering all of that. Yeah. No, and that's right. And like now it's like, rather than 2 months, it's like 2 weeks. It's like,
Yeah. Dude, nice. Yeah, this is sick.
Yeah, okay, I'm using my Silk Touch so we get stone.
Love it.
But to be honest, we're kind of low on cobblestone. I know that's crazy, but I've gone through a decent bit because I've been smelting it for stone either here and there, and then now that we don't need stone, I'm like, anyway.
But yeah, if anyone's watching, which I don't know if anyone is, you guys should go check out Birds of Prey. It's Birds of Prey on Instagram. That's where like any updates for the movie are gonna be. As far as
Nice.
I don't know if she has a Facebook page for it yet or not.
Well, there you go.
Yeah,
Birds of Prey.
Birds of Prey.
I'm going to bed. Good night.
Good night, kiddo.
Good night. Good night, kiddo. Good night, Buster. Good night, Bobby.
Good night.
Ah. Oof. All right, now the kids are offline. We can say fuck and shit and poop. Say 'em.
Fucking shit and poop. Do you?
Thank you.
Which one would you rather see me in? Personally, a slutty crop top or an oversized?
What the
grunge
fuck?
t-shirt?
A slutty crop top or an oversized grunge T-shirt, huh?
Yeah, that's your 2 choices. Go to
God.
Birds of Prey film, Birds of Prey the short film on Instagram and go vote.
Go vote. That's a good idea. Yeah, I mean, I can't. That's a hard question, you know, because I feel like you look good in both. You know what? What can I say? I mean, it's you know, it's like picking your favorite child. You know, I can't do it. It's so hard. Oh man, I think I'm gonna have to. I think you know we don't you don't need body concealing clothing. We gotta go with the slutty crop top, right? I mean, dude, I hate to keep sniffing.
Can you
But
go
I
vote
keep
for
doing it.
on Instagram?
Oh, wait. No, I deleted my Instagram.
Oh, like it's gone.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
Yeah,
you know
I don't
you
like.
know what
Well,
Instagram
I guess I
still
have the Blue
exists?
Jay account probably.
Yeah, you
I don't.
do.
It does it. It still exists.
Yes, Blue Jay does.
Oh. Well, yeah, the Blue Jay one does. I don't think my personal one
No, I was
does
saying, you
anymore.
know what does exist?
What's that?
Midnight Moon Brothers.
Oh, of course it does.
That one still exists.
Oh, what a classic, man. We can't get rid of it. It's a time capsule. Dude, I'm just hoping one day. That's like the Nardwuar thing, right?
There's a
He'll like pull up. Do you know who
oh,
Nardwuar is?
he'll be like, so what was this band?
You know, yeah, he'll say the Midnight Moon Brothers, and we'll be like, "What, dude? No, no, no." He'll be like, "Porch or not Porch Fest?" He'll be like, "420 Fest," and we'll be like, "What? How did you know?" That'll be yeah. He'll pull back up. He'll be like, "The Minecraft streams from 2025." We'll be like, "Excuse me? How the
Yeah.
fuck did you know about that?" And he's like, "What? Well, you're wrong. You're Blue Shine the Breeze. We have to know."
Yeah. We have to.
Oh man,
Yeah, the Birds of
One day.
Prey.
yes, dude.
The short
He'll be like,
film.
What the?
Sophie
short film?
Hosna.
He'll be like,
you know her?
Um,
I'm gonna be
excuse
like-
me. Yeah, the film ends up like flopping and like nobody sees it. It gets like a or like some controversy happens or whatever, and
Oh,
it like
no.
never gets released. But then he like manages to unearth it, becomes like a cult classic after all of this.
You know, it'd be crazy.
I love
is
it.
If, like, yeah, for real. Or if he like, if we did get to that point, and then he like brought her out, dude, I would like lose my mind. I'd be like, what?
Oh my
I don't- like, I
god,
haven't seen
that
her
would
in
be
years.
that would be insane. That's the dream, right, dude? Actually, high key, I would love to be interviewed by Nardwuar one day. That's like
He would
actually,
love
I know he would. Y'all would have such a good time.
Dude, have you
like,
seen the
oh
one
my God.
he did with Timothy Chalamet?
I think I've seen clips. I haven't seen the. I haven't seen a lot of his like actual full interviews.
Goodness. Well, you need to go watch it because it is hysterically funny.
Oh yeah.
Yes, it is so funny. Like
Some of them are a
Timothy-
little too awkward for me to, like I can't get over the awkward humor sometimes. But
No, Timothy.
I
is,
will
like,
say,
throwing
yeah.
it right back in his face. It's,
Oh, that's
like,
good,
not
that's good.
even- Like Nardwuar doesn't even have like a second to think. He'll like say a word, and Timothy will just say. He kept doing this thing where Nardwuar, Nardwuar will like say a sentence, but he says it like really, it's very like disconnected. All the words are very disconnected.
oh yeah, yeah, he kind of like he
does-
fumbles his way through the
Yes,
sentence,
yeah,
but it's
he
like
does that
almost
awkward
intentional.
thing. It's very intentional. He does that awkward like intentional. I'm like
Like
telling
the
you what-
pauses and all of that. Yeah.
So every time Nardwuar would pause, whatever the last word that he said was, Timothy would just like do word association with it,
Yeah.
and it was so funny. It was so.
It is hilarious. Wait, give me like an example. Like what were some
Um,
moments like that?
He'd be like, he'd say something like wood, and Timothy would go chair.
Oh my god. Just like yeah,
And he
just
would-
snapping to
Yes.
it like here
Like
and
just
then yeah.
immediately, he'd be like
Oh my God.
wood, fire, and Timothy would be like a stove.
A stove.
And just like wait for the next word.
Oh my god, right, but still like being fully engaged in the interview, like I
Yes.
love that.
It was so good.
People who like treat Nardwuar with respect and like totally like buy into his bit, like so much better. Like
So much better.
Just
Tyler, the
actually-
Creator, oh my god.
they are king. Tyler is like the gold standard for like how to treat Nardwuar and like how to just how to be funny with it, like there's a way, like he is awkward, yes, but like that's his shtick and there's a way to play off of it. It's like
Yeah.
yeah, like I said, I don't love it every single time. Like sometimes it's a little much for me to be like, he's just kind of like blah blah blah, and they're like, they don't always. But that's also usually on them for kind of being weird about it.
It is always
So-
because like even Chapel Row,
90% of the time, I think sometimes he is a little kind of socially unaware.
oh yeah,
Um,
Well, of course.
But that's just like it's part of his character. He's never doing it disingenuinely. Like he's always doing it like as an honest and genuine, like I'm Nardwuar, this is who I am. Like yeah.
And that's the thing. Like the interviews he's done recently, he did one with like Dochi, Tyler.
Yeah, he just did like Chapel Roan recently as well, right?
Yes, that's what I was about to talk about. Like Dochi was a lot of fun, But Chapel, out of all those people I just named, had like, well, other than Tyler, Loki actually, Tyler's been interviewed by him a bunch, but
Oh yeah,
like,
there's been
now
tons
they've
of
gotten
them.
to
Right?
a point where Tyler's like really normal with him. He's
Right.
he's just like
Yeah, it's no longer the
another
crazy
guy,
like. Yeah.
which is awesome. But like, yeah,
Right, because they're
Chapel.
just kind of buddies at this point. Yeah.
Chapel did the same thing, and it was awesome. Like,
Really, I heard people saying that she was kind of a little awkward with him, and that there were some people that were kind of. But that's also probably just like generic Chapel hate,
exactly, because like,
as we like to see, or
this,
not like to see, as we see often.
yeah, she's a woman, so
Yeah, I mean,
no,
right, popular woman.
she was incredible. No, it was actually a lot of
Okay,
fun.
good. That's what I figured, and that's what most people. Sorry, let me let you finish fucking
Yeah,
talking.
And in fact, that was what got me on Narcor, was I watched his with her, and I was like, oh,
No
this is
kidding.
actually fun, and because she like had fun, and so yeah, of course there's always like a little bit of awkward points, but she always like played it off really well, or she'd be like, oh, okay, interesting, like, oh, you know that about me, wow, and it was so
Yeah.
like sincere. It was really enjoyable to watch.
That's funny. Yeah, I definitely feel like I can understand why certain people may not take it as well in terms of like his background research and like going the extra mile, and could definitely see that as like kind of kind of creepy or just but I feel like when people who know Nardwuar know, and it's like one of those things where it's like if you know, well, I don't know, it is hard because I feel like somebody who
I don't
it's
know.
hard to say.
I'm sorry, like, but also if you're famous and you're getting an interview with Nardwuar, how do you not know who he is? I'm sorry.
That's kind of what I was getting at. Like if you're already at that point, like who Nardwuar is.
Yeah, you either know who Nardwuar is, or you're whoever your publicity person is did an awful job preparing you for who Nardwuar
Yeah,
is.
for real. Like come on, this is like what he does. No, I agree there. I feel like that's like you know what you're getting into if you sign up for these, and so like anyone who is kind of like because I feel like I have seen certain people somewhat recently. They don't go as viral anymore. I think just because they're just mostly people being good to him. But I do feel like I've seen some people where they're like they kind of just don't know how to react because it's like kind of freaks them out. But it's like you can just it's obviously it's Nardwuar, like he's coming from a good place, and it's like never. If it's also the other thing where it's like if you haven't done anything bad, you got nothing to hide.
That's so true.
So, and I don't mean that as in like, everyone's a saint, and if you're not everyone's a saint. Am I saying? What am I trying to say here? Basically, yeah, like everybody's got their, things that are gonna come up, and but I feel like if you have stuff that you don't want Nardwuar to be finding out about you, then maybe you shouldn't be at the status you're at, like someone's gonna find out eventually. So
That's true. Someone already knows.
Yeah. Exactly, that's kind of the other thing too, right? Yeah, like Nardwuar is not the first person to know all this stuff. So if you're freaked out by it, like he's not the person who you should be worried about. It should be whoever gave him that information. So oh man, I just dug out. I think I gotta lower the roof of this thing a little bit because we've hit the outside now. I finally dug outside of the mountain.
Oof.
I can see the beam of the beacon off in the distance.
Nice.
Oh Jesus, this goes down low.
Yeah, I love Nardwuar.
Nardwuar, the goat, what a guy,
I would definitely-
man, the myth, the legend.
But I'm also like, I am such a dry humor enthusiast. Like,
I like dry humor, but I feel like there's a difference between dry humor and like awkward humor.
yeah,
like-
they're very similar. They are
I
very
think
similar. But
I don't know. I feel like there's a pretty
love them.
strong distinction.
Personally, I love both of them.
I think they can both be good. I think there's more potential for awkward humor to. It's harder to do awkward humor well. I'll say that. And I think when it's executed well, it's probably one of the funniest things in the world. But when it's executed, if it's not done with like full sincerity and like entire like being fully genuine, it's like and that's why it works for the people who do it. That like okay, it's like Nathan Fielder's a good example, right? Like the
Yes.
Nathan Fielder show, of
Yes,
course,
that
right?
one makes me cry laughing.
It is hilarious, but there are certain episodes where I just like can't watch it, because I'm like, this is just too much. But
His is a lot.
yeah, right. I mean, he just, whew,
Makes it
especially some of those early episodes, bro. He was like, wow, you are really pitching this to a real business owner right now. Holy shit.
I remember that one
But
where he does like the beer for your husband like room
oh
or
god,
whatever, and
wait,
I'm
what
just
was
like,
that? I think I may not have seen that one.
it was probably in a later season, but it was like a woman.
Yeah.
It was like a women's clothing store, but it was like, this lady. And she didn't. I don't think English was her first language. That
Hmm.
owned it, and
Was
so
that the one where he does the accent?
no,
Oh no, I'm thinking of the race car one where he like hires the Asian race car driver.
yeah, I don't remember him doing an accent in this one, but
He does an accent. It's bad.
Oh, I bet. A lot of the stuff he did was bad.
Yeah.
Objectively
Fair.
speaking. Um, but he basically he convinces her to let him like take over her back room, and he just puts in like a beer fridge, and then whenever
Oh my
like a couple
god.
would come in, he would like have sports highlights playing, and he'd crack open some beers with like take the husband back there, and the
My
husband would be like,
god.
yeah, cool. But then he started making it, Nathan Fielder awkward, where he'd start talking like, how's your sex life?
Ah,
Is that what we
okay.
talk about?
Yeah.
We're men, right? Like, you got a penis.
Yeah, kind of trying to like do a play on the toxic masculinity
Yes,
thing, but like,
exactly.
yeah.
Anyway, but it was
Hmm.
awful for the business owner, particularly because she could have straight up gotten like shut down because she's not allowed to have alcohol in her store. She can't.
Oh god, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, you have to have like licenses and stuff for
You
that.
have to have licenses, and and one of the reasons he was giving to her that it was going to be okay was because he wasn't selling it; he was giving it away, and she was like, "No, get the fuck out of my store!" What? 'Cause she finally
What?
comes back there, and he's drinking a beer with this random guy, and she's like, "What are y'all doing?"
Jesus. Oh no.
he got kicked
That
out.
one's tough. And that's just like the end of that episode?
No, that's just the end of that segment.
Oh. Oh, okay. Well, but that's what I'm saying. How does the episode continue if he gets kicked out of the
Because
establishment?
it happens like really fast.
Wow. Okay. So he
It
just
doesn't
pivots
take
and
her
does some
long
of
to finally just go back. Like, he sets everything up, and she comes back there, but he doesn't tell her about the beer. And so
Oh my
he
God.
gets through. I think it's like 2 or 3, maybe by the 4th couple, she finally is like, "What is he doing?" and goes back there, and it's like, "Get out of my store."
What the hell? This is oh man, that is actually like I don't think see that's one of those that I feel like I just don't think I could watch. Like there's some that are hilarious. Yeah. But they're just that's just some of those where it's just like because but the one that I was telling you about too, I don't even remember what the premise of it is, but he's just like trying to it's a thing where like he's getting like a NASCAR driver, a female NASCAR driver, to like help prove that like women are like better drivers or whatever to like get around the stigma for something for a business, and he like asks her to speak like with a little bit more of a racist accent because he's like we think that it'll sound better to blah 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 if you do this, and she's like what do you mean, and he's like if you just speak with like more of an accent, and she's like can you give me an example? And he's like, well, I don't know if that's appropriate. I mean, if you would allow me to, I guess. And she's like, yeah, if you wouldn't mind. And then he just does this incredibly racist Chinese accent, and then that's the scene. And it's like I don't even remember how it ends because I'm pretty sure I like had to turn it off after that. But I was like, oh my god, this is like physically hurting me to watch. Get me out of here. This is awful.
That is so
Ugh.
wild.
Yeah. Nathan, I mean Nathan for you, what a show. I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like we knew what we were getting into when the first episode was like, what was it? Getting a place to do shit flavored ice cream.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe a yogurt or something like that. But anyway, so yeah, if you look, I'm having to do the ceiling at that level because the mountain pokes out over there, and I don't really feel like terraforming. We can just dig down further.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. We can do multiple floors. I'm totally down.
Yeah.
Multiple
If you want to
floors.
help, that'd be kind of cool.
Oh yeah, I can do that. I think I got more than enough deep slate now.
Okay, well if you and well, I would say if you're digging for materials, I can understand.
I sure was.
That takes priority. That takes priority.
I sure was.
So
think
I
have enough now.
understand. I sure was. I like the way you said that. I sure was. Yes, sir. I sure was. A little Hank Hill in there. I used to be able to do a much better Hank Hill. Some of my impressions are going, man. I used to do a
You
killer
gotta
Shaggy.
practice 'em. You gotta
I don't. It's just I'm not like. Yeah, I don't have cause to do them very often.
I know. I feel the same way. See, when I was dating a Shanti, like that's something she didn't particularly like me doing them. So I did them less and less the longer we were dating, and honestly,
Yeah. That sucks, bro. Yeah, come on. If you didn't, that's like, you gotta support that. Like even
right?
like, well, yeah.
Yeah, she
Like,
thought it was funny sometimes, but sometimes she did not.
hmm. Lame. You have to support it every single time, no matter what. I'm kidding.
Right. I'm your man.
There's a level of being honest, but then there's yeah, right.
No, I mean,
wow.
I would obviously
Dang it, there's a-
like to be with someone that would want me to do it, because that's fun.
Yeah, you would hope. You would hope and think and pray.
I
Right.
don't know about praying.
You better be praying.
I don't know about praying.
Yes, good. Just making sure.
I said I don't know about praying.
You said I am definitely praying. I'm pretty sure is what you said, or what you meant to say at least.
Yeah, no, that's
Have you even prayed once today, Mr. White? Have you prayed once today?
I've done it in my own unique way.
What is that supposed to mean? Have you prayed to our good Lord Jesus Christ?
Does it matter? It's a personal relationship.
It does matter. It matters very much. Folks, this is what we're running against here, folks. Godless, absolutely not God-fearing individuals who
No, I do.
simply believe in their own doctrine and dogma.
That's right. I
It's
absolutely
just
do.
they're just admitting it, folks. They're
I
just
do
admitting it.
absolutely believe in my own dogma.
Look at this, folks. He's just telling it. They're just saying it out loud now, folks. This is the worst Trump impression I've ever heard.
I could not have a partner that goes to church. We wouldn't. Vibe.
Yeah, I thought about that. I'm like, I don't know where I stand with that anymore. Because I'm like, I used to be. It's never that I wanted somebody to go to church, but like, at the same time, I did feel like, for a while, I was like, I'm definitely gonna send my kids to camp. But now I'm like, hell no, that is not happening. I'm not sending my kids to camp. So, I don't know.
Not your
I'm in
camp.
a weird position. What's up?
Not the camp you came from. My camp
No.
still was pretty cool.
Oh, not yeah. See, I'm not saying no camp in general. I just mean
No
definitely
camp
not
ever.
like that one. No. Summer camps in general are great. Like, if I could find one that's like not homophobic, not religion based, and not appropriating Native American culture, I will like 100% send my
Do
kid
we
there.
need
That's like
cobblestone?
I'm kind of thinking about that. I'm thinking I'm gonna start switching up to my other picks because I've got a lot of stone. There's another double chest full over near the
I'm gonna go
um.
just doing it for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch to mine as well because I'm like halfway through my silk touch pickaxe. So
Dope.
dopey dope.
Also, by the way, the shirt. Yeah, let's explain this poorly, Connor. The shirt
Come
on
on.
my head. The shirt on my head is not.
Yeah, you never explained it.
cultural appropriation. I just would like to say that
Looks like it.
these headphones I'm wearing, these nice gaming headphones. that you
Oh,
can see
you're
are
avoiding
clearly-
headset hair.
Yeah, they're clearly broken. Are I've had them since middle school, and at one point I tried to duct tape them back together. And anyway, the duct tape remnants are very sticky, and that doesn't vibe well with long hair. So
Well,
Or
it's
any
also
hair,
a good idea
actually.
too. I've seen people. There's like a trend of like guys who. First off, I've heard online that every barber can tell who games and who doesn't. and it makes you go bald faster if you wear headphones and you don't cover your head with some kind of protection. Have you heard of headset hair?
Yeah, you have like a little divot in your hair.
Right. Now, have you heard of headset head?
No. Oh, yeah, where it like dents your head.
It actually leaves a fucking dent, bro. There have been certain streamers. I think
Yes.
Tyler One. I don't know if the photo is. Pretty sure the meme photo of Tyler One is photoshopped. But there is a real photo of a streamer out there who has like a serious dent in his fucking skull, and it's actually like terrifying to think that like people develop that from.
I'm so glad I do not.
Yeah.
Game
So.
headphones on. Like
Right.
I game on my TV most of the time. Like,
I bet say I
honestly,
use. Now that I got my studio monitors, bro. Yeah, I get it.
well,
The
like,
speaker setup.
if I was playing by myself, like I wouldn't be wearing this anyway. I would be wearing like some wireless earbuds or something.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, if we weren't on a call right now, I would be using my speakers.
Cause I'm just like
So I
this guy. I don't
yeah.
get to talk. The only time.
No, exactly.
Honestly.
But your mic is way better, so
Yeah. Well,
a lot quieter. But
Once you move in, a lot quieter. Yeah. I don't know how to fix that.
well, you don't need to really. I mean, we'll get you set up with your other mic soon.
That's what I was gonna say anyway. What is this?
Yeah.
I don't know. There's another button on this.
It's your mama. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist.
Hey, okay. Okay. So now you're my sister. Got it. You know, I used to say that all the time when I was in high school. My sister did.
Yo, mama.
Yes, and my sister did not like it. And then now that's like her entire personality. Like it's literally her username for everything.
Oh my. Yo, mama.
Yes, like
That's
you
so
and your
funny.
mom.
Oh yeah, like that whole shtick.
Yes.
Jeez.
Yes, it's hysterical to me. Like I remember her being upset about it all the time, and then
Wow.
now it's like her entire thing. She got to high school and she made it her whole personality.
It happens to the best of us.
Yeah, you know,
We
she
end
followed
up-
in my footsteps. What can I say? She, you know, she
There you
committed it.
go.
She's committed
She-
to it much longer than I did.
Hey, respect for it, right? I feel like it's definitely funnier, like coming from a woman, and I don't just mean that as in like
Oh, so true.
anything, whatever about it. I just mean that like
She
a
said,
woman making yo mama jokes is just inherently funnier.
She was. I remember one time I was like, "What the heck?" And she said, "I'm no better than a man."
I'm no better than a man. That is so funny. I've seen a couple clips like that where I didn't even know what it was about because even when I see that kind of stuff, I'm like, you know what? I don't need to interact with this. I'm not gonna. So I usually scroll away, but sometimes I'll like go to the comments just to see what people are talking about. And there was something about like a Billie Eilish post or whatever where people were like talking about like she posted something and I can't believe you could see blah blah blah, and like, but it was like from women that were like this wasn't like men being creepy. Like it was actually one of those things where like. It was like, other women being like, y'all, did y'all see this? And then some of the comments were like, y'all, I'm no better than a man. I watched the whole thing or something like that. I was like, bro, what the fuck? I'm like, yeah, I guess it's just humans, right?
It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing.
Yeah. That's hilarious, though. Ain't no better than a man.
It's so funny.
Yeah. I mean, it's true. It's facts. Wait, okay, I need to stop using stone. I need to use dirt up there. I'm trying to fill in that roof, but you have a bunch of extra dirt down here, don't you?
I do.
Yes. Dirt. Give me. I need all the dirt.
I need the dirt. Yeah. So
Ouch.
right now, viewers, we're trying to make
We're digging a hole.
we're trying to make a giant automatic storage system, basically.
Yes, to dump all our items so I can stop having random chests everywhere.
Yeah, we're trying to get rid of all of our chest rooms because we have
About damn
multiple that
time.
are awful. 'Cause they're just
Yeah,
random
they are.
ones. And those
It's
spaces
very
can be
unorganized.
used for something else cooler and more decorative.
Yes. By the way, is this the area that the map room is going to go in? Or is it
Yeah.
still going to be over at the house?
Yeah, we want it to be connected to the house somehow.
Okay, good. Just making sure. That's going to be part of figuring out Wayne Manor as well. Is making sure I don't infringe upon the potential area of, what? Yeah, the map room.
Oh yeah, I guess we're gonna have to dig that out at some point too, or see where we can dig that out.
Yeah, which, now that we got these beacons, bro, it ain't no thing, bro. Ah!
interesting because I don't know where all of our builds and stuff go.
What do you mean?
Like all of our, yeah, I don't know how much room we really truly have over there. So I guess we'll find out.
Oh yeah, to fit a map room. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like I think above, like below Wayne, where Manor may possibly be, but above our house in that like section of mountain, I think there's a decent room still.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, because it'll be pretty large if I had to imagine. I mean, we've explored a lot of space, so and we got all those safe houses.
This is true. This is true.
So we'll need to include all those because we got to make a road out to them at some point.
Yeah, that's right. And because eventually, I feel like after we do Wayne Manor, or after I do Wayne Manor, we kind of get this area like solidified.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. Well, I think decorating it probably on the inside and stuff, because I don't know what I'll do for all the rooms.
Okay.
But doing that castle over near the villages, that like subsection that had like 6 villages around it.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
You know, I'm looking forward to that. I feel like that'll be really fun to. That'll be like obviously a very very long term build, but it'd be good to keep coming back. And I feel like eventually, as we gain more viewers and as more folks start watching, we'll get people who want us to do like world tours and the other thing we need to start doing is posting some of our builds that we make, like our actual original builds on Reddit, and then be like, hey, if you want to check out the rest of our worlds, go to this.
Oh yeah, that's smart.
Yep, because I know for sure I could go ahead and post the church and be like, this is an original church I made. It's based off of this real church, and here are the stained glass windows and some photos, and that'll probably get a couple hundred upvotes. And if we say here's the channel that this is associated with, that might get some traction, might get some people interessante.
Interesante.
Yes.
Muy caliente.
Yes, I also would love to. That's very random, but I do want to eventually try to relearn Spanish because I did pretty good in high school. I never committed to the accent, and I feel like if you learn another language, you just have to. And like it doesn't matter if you're. I think for a while I was like worried that I would sound racist doing it,
No,
but it's like
I do all the time. I swear.
exactly right. But like if you're doing it genuinely and trying to learn, and especially because I have a couple Hispanic friends who I feel like I could run this by as well, and like just to
you do sound more racist, honestly, if you just say it wrong. Than if
exactly, and that's
than
kind
if
of
you're
what I feel like,
trying
right?
To do like the actual accent and stuff.
And yeah, because if you're trying, right? Because I feel like if you go out of your way to be like muy caliente instead of actually trying to put but at the same time, if you exaggerate it and like go above and beyond to try and like make it sound as comical and over the top as possible, that's when it's like, dude, what are you doing? So, because there's a line to ride, but and it's also easier with certain accents I feel like than others, because like some of them have more cultural ties to them versus like Irish, or like Russian,
Right, because no, I guess no, not with. I mean, if you're speaking Russian.
Oh, I just think like specifically like with like there's just not as many like cultural like I guess potential issues with like using a Russian accent when speaking Russian, which I guess is mostly just because Russians are also white. That's kind of the real thing. That's it.
Gotcha.
So that's what it mostly boils down to.
I love boiling.
I love boiling as well, man. My dad was actually, speaking of boiling, talking about the different. We were getting into just talking about like how the melting pot of America is kind of a poor analogy for like looking at like how America is supposed to work, obviously in its best scenario. Obviously, right now we are not in optimal times, but
We're not there.
he was saying it's like a tossed salad as opposed to a melting pot, because a melting pot, is just an assimilation of all cultures and kind of boils down into one thing. But ideally in America, right, the hope is that it's a tossed salad where it's like, you got a little bit of croutons and a little bit of, lettuce and a little bit of ranch and a little bit of this, a little bit of that, all kind of thrown together. And I feel like that is a much better analogy, and I kind of like that versus the melting pot. Because, we ain't no damn melting pot. We don't want to be a monoculture. And if anything, we aren't. Like, I feel like America's probably um, one of the most culturally diverse modern first world countries.
Hmm.
So, if not the most, I think Britain's pretty close, right? I mean, they've got a good amount of cultural diversity.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, everything's pretty. Most of the world's pretty worldwide. Like at this point. Uh,
Well, yeah, I just specifically America just has such a like, you know, it's such a big area, and it's in terms
it
of
is.
like
It is extremely large,
right, and like yeah,
and
the
it's not.
cultural kind of.
And it's
Or yeah, go ahead.
yeah, and it's in the past has been easier to immigrate to. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. In the past, big asterisk on that, right?
in the past.
Yeah. I just keep seeing more and more every day that I'm like, great, another one. It's just, and I saw something too where someone was like, y'all, it's been uh 2 months, 2 months and 3 days. Let's just remember that. That's how long it's been since everything's been happening. And it's like, oh yeah, it has only been 2 fucking months.
It feels like forever, and yet I feel like we're just like, at least for like my personal life, feels like I'm been running a freaking sprint for
No, I totally agree in
like
certain
every
aspects.
month.
Like, but it's like that's the trap of it, right? Is that it simultaneously kind of feels like both. Like there are days where it feels like it's why the fuck is this bow in my inventory? Sorry. There are days where it's like yeah, it'd be flying by just like instantly. But then at the same time, like yeah, it's like oh my god, so much has happened in 2 freaking months. And I get it, but that's also it's hard because like we're at that point in our lives where like um everything kind of is starting to speed up relative to like how old we are in terms of I guess just like I mean you get what I'm kind of trying to say like
Yeah,
it's just
our
one of those things
perspective
yeah
is shifting a lot because
it's yeah I think this is like the age right where most people kind of start to realize like oh shit like I don't live forever like life is very short and like we only have a limited amount of time to enjoy our time here on earth and this is kind of that point where we're like, oh crap, things are moving way too fast, even though we're still pretty young, all things considered.
right, yeah, like I know we haven't even lived half of our life, but yeah,
Yeah.
the crazy part, like the perspective part, because I know I've said this to you, and I think about it a lot, but like when you're 10, you know, that one day is 24 hours. But basically, if you think about it in the perspective of your life, when you hit like 20, that day when you were 10 is like twice as long.
Right. Yes, exactly. Like the first day as an infant child was the longest day you'll ever live, like
Yes.
relative to like the rest of your life, right?
Hmm.
And that is kind of like, dude, I know it's like cliche to be all like Pink Floyd lyrics really got it, man. But
Yeah,
they
yeah.
do. They absolutely fucking understand. And it's why I love time. I mean that song in particular, but the whole album in general. Dark Side of the Moon is just so poignant in terms of like calling out that flow of time and you just acknowledging it in the best way possible.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
So,
It's such a neat thing to think
fucking
about
love
too.
Pink Floyd, man.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Who doesn't love a little Floyd?
Hmm.
Little Floyd. Did you see there? I think they're releasing their like live at Pompeii. Like they're doing a movie about their when they did the
No
Coliseum.
way.
Yeah, there's a 23 minute yeah, there's a 23andMe, and I'm actually related to every member of Pink
Pink
Floyd.
Floyd.
Yeah, no. What was I gonna say? You sidetracked me, fool. What did you?
Sorry, sorry.
Wait, do you not have efficiency 5 on your pick?
I may not.
You
This one,
definitely.
this one, this one has efficiency 4,
Okay, okay, come here. Drop down here.
and it has
Drop down here.
fortune too.
Use this to mine. Now go back up there.
Okay. Wow, this one's much nicer. The big
Just,
dick.
just
Mine's the pick
The
of
big-
destiny.
The Pick of Destiny, dude. I need to see that movie. We gotta watch that.
You haven't seen it?
I haven't.
Oh
That's
my
the
gosh.
difference.
Whoa, whoa.
It's instant. I told you, brother. You need efficiency 5 on your pickaxe because
I need
efficiency
to
5
get
with
it.
haste 2 is instant.
I need to get it. I need a book where it's that and Fortune 2, so I can get.
Yes, you can combine them. I agree. You do need that. So, oh
What
my
the-
god, dude.
s-
Go
what
ahead.
the heck?
Yeah, dude. I'm telling you, it has changed the terraforming game. If you actually look at the church, that whole chunk behind the church was actually all mountain. And I had to dig that all fucking out by hand. And it
Oh,
sucked
my
ass.
My silk
But-
touch is efficiency.
Silk Touch? Oh, yeah, see, there you go. That's the one you would, if you were using that right now, that would be instant mining as well.
It is.
So.
I just tried it out.
Oh, nice.
Anyways,
Well, then give me my pickaxe back, punk.
well, I was trying to get you cobblestone.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, punk.
Okay, whatever. Sorry, I had to get that out. Had to let the people know what was on the menu.
What was on the menu? I had
That
pizza
burp.
tonight.
I had pizza tonight too. Wait, that's crazy. Nice.
Yeah, my family like last second was they invited me to lunch, and I didn't go to lunch. So then
Oh yeah, there was the brunch thing that Caitlin was trying to get you to do, right?
yeah, and I was like, no, I don't want to. And
Yeah.
sometimes it's like I love my family, but first thing in the morning, no.
It's a bit much. I can understand that.
Sometimes I'm just like I'm not ready for a 10-year-old at 10 in the morning on a
I
weekend after I've been doing stuff on
Filming and holding things that are heavy and filming and yeah.
Well, I played a show last night.
Ah, yeah, that's a show too. Oh, Lord. On top of all that.
Right. So, and like we've only been editing the short film this weekend, as no one was available for shooting or something. Which is lame, but nor here nor there.
Neither here nor there, sure.
Um,
But yeah, so you went to go to breakfast with them.
no, I didn't go to breakfast, so I went.
Oh,
to
you. Or sorry, lunch.
So when they were like dinner, I said, okay, sure, I'll go to dinner. So they had pizza for me when I showed up, and I was like, hey, yo, I'll eat some pizza, dang.
Well, there you go.
You know what?
What kind of
does
pizza was
sound
it?
good. It was like a chicken, bacon, barbecue,
Ooh.
pineapple pizza.
Oh, you lost me.
It was a little sweet. It was good. It was like a sweet barbecue too.
Yeah, you really lost me. I mean-
I enjoyed it. It wasn't like the best thing I've ever had, but as far as like sweet pizzas go, it's like a decent sweet pizza because it had like a lot of protein on it.
That's fair. I feel like, yeah, if you're going to make a sweet pizza, you need to at least have it all protein, or like teamed up, So, that didn't
Yeah,
sound
'cause
right.
if it had like, if it had like not that much, not chicken and bacon, then I probably would.
Yeah. Wait, are you a pineapple on pizza guy?
I've come around to it in the last couple of years, but I'm not like,
Mm.
I'm not going.
You're not like, I'm going to get that on my pizza when I get it.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not.
You're
going out of my
willing
way.
to eat it if it's on a pizza.
Yeah. If someone's like, here is.
I want to be like that.
Here's a free pizza. Guess what? I'm eating that shit. I don't care what's on it.
I mean, that's where I want to be. Like, that's where I want to be with pickles, dude. Like, oh, I want to
Pickles?
love
You're
pickles.
not there with pickles?
I'm not, man.
Alright, we can't
I
do
want to be so badly. See, I already love Chick-fil-A sandwiches, right? And they're brined in fucking pickle juice.
that. They are.
Like, who doesn't? And I love the flavor of pickles, right? Who doesn't love the flavor of pickles?
Vinegar, dill, let's go.
Vinegar, it's so good,
You know what
right?
does
But like,
suck?
something about that freaking crunch, I just can't get
Oh,
over
dang,
it.
That sucks. You know what does
No,
suck?
I don't like jalapenos for that reason either. Because they're
Dang.
kind of like, okay, I like peppers though, and I'm realizing why it is because they're fucking soggy. I don't like that they're soggy and crunchy. You don't get to be both. You get to choose. You're either soggy or you're crunchy, and that's also why I don't like squash. Dude, it's a whole texture thing. Holy crap! I just unlocked like
You have a
knowledge.
big texture.
definitely. Well, that was a given. Also, is this the are we is the bounding wall right here?
Hmm.
Like, look at me.
What's
Are we oh, yeah. Is it right here or are we going back all the way to where that torch is?
let's go. Oh, I don't know. Let's go back to that torch. Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah, that's
Right.
fine.
Let's just make it as big as we can.
As big as reasonably can.
Yeah,
That sounds good to me.
cause I'm hoping that. I mean, obviously, I guess we can make it expandable. But if we start at like a really giant room, the build itself, I mean, like each stall of the automatic thing is like I'll have to go see, but I'm pretty sure it's basically like a 10 by 10 or something.
Okay.
So like
Okay, yeah,
there
that's not
has to be
bad. Yeah, so
room
we
for each 10 by 10, but I was thinking because
Oh,
10
I see. And it
it
expands more. Yeah.
right, each 10 by 10 is only like, it's like 5 that's like 5 chests worth of um and one item. So
Okay, yeah,
so
that's
each
yeah, so we
stall can
probably will
only
need a good bit.
yeah, one stall can only be one item.
I see, I see. Yeah, so we'll probably have to make this super deep, but at least we can like get the outline of it first and see how deep we do need to go with it.
Mhm. Yeah, cuz I mean, I
Okay.
don't know how many different things we really need it to be, but
Right. I mean, I think what we'll probably do is we'll probably have like the sorting will be for the mass storage, like the things that we have a fuck ton of, you know?
yeah.
And then all the individual items we will probably keep, like this will be a building blocks kind of thing, you know, like all the netherrack, all the dirt, all the stone, all the cobblestone, all the wood, you know, anything that's like we could have feasibly more than a couple stacks of, we will make stalls of here, I think. But then anything like even like materials, like we could probably have some for iron, for coal, but like
Yeah, yeah, we'll have to
we don't need it for like nautilus shells or for like you
no,
know
yeah, right.
like random crap like that, or like let's say there are some mob drops that we will want it for. Like we will want a gunpowder thing, and we'll want a rotten flesh thing, and because we will have,
We do have an
um,
overabundance of that.
well, we actually don't. If you go and look, I have sold all of our rotten flesh the, um, to the clerics at the church.
Oh, nice. But we
And that's how I've
feasibly
gotten.
we could have an overabundance of.
Yes, very, very much so. Very likely could happen. It is a possibility. Yes.
Very likely.
Very likely. This is very freaking likely. Very, very freaking. Ah, frick, I fell. I don't want to talk like this. I'm not like this.
Discord death. That was something that
Excuse me?
that was
What'd
something
you
that
just call me?
oh my god. That was something that Rebecca was like way too good at.
Oh god, that voice.
Yes, she was so
Yeah.
good at it.
I
You know
feel
what?
like.
I respected the fact that she was good at a voice.
You know what? That's honestly fair. I feel like. There are certain voices that like that is one of those voices where it's like a walk-in impression, you know. You either do it 150% or you don't do that at all, you know.
I've been working on that. I've actually gotten a
I'm
lot
about to say, and
better.
that's kind of why I cut myself off because I'm not doing 150%, and you are, and I respect that, and I will give you your credit where your credit is due.
Nice. Thank you.
Of course, of course. So here's your credit for your Roblox kid voice.
Perfect.
That's the best analogy I got.
That's perfect.
Okay.
Thank you
Yep.
very much.
Yeah. As long as you don't say the forbidden line, we'll be all right. I'm not gonna say it because you already know it, and that's that.
Please.
No, 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 no. I think we shall refrain from that, Mr. Frame. We shall.
I will. I'm gonna text her right now.
No, no. It'll probably if it gets her back on the server. Why not?
I'm
She's.
texting her.
Oh no. You're just gonna say please, please, Mr. Zinsky. She's gonna say.
Please, Mr. Zinski. Say please, Mr. Zinski.
Shouldn't have even made a joke about it.
I know.
I should have
you
known
have.
better. I've unlocked and opened the floodgates. Water will come pouring in. Oh, my nose is so itchy. I'm gonna sneeze.
Mr. Shadow.
Oh,
Bless you. Oh, good lord.
thank you. Oh, sorry, I got the niffles.
Thank goodness demons didn't jump into your soul in that one. Oh, nope, demons jumped into your soul that time. I didn't bless you in time. Oh, well.
Wow, you hate me.
No, maybe I just love demons.
Yeah, you can't love me and hate demons. I mean, you can't love me and love demons. It's one or the other.
Okay, so you're making me choose. That's kind of toxic.
I am making you choose. It's an ultimatum. This is an old tomato. I'm giving you an old tomato. What are you gonna do with it?
This is what old tomatoes are?
Yep. This is an old tomato. So it's pretty gross, pretty nasty. But what are you gonna do about it? You're gonna eat it?
Yep.
I mean, I can't disrespect you. I can't say
Yummy,
that
yummy.
I'm not impressed, but
I love.
kind of disgusted a little bit. But
I love.
oh, fuck you, gravel. Who doesn't fucking hate gravel?
Nah, I do. I was gonna say.
All my homies hate gravel.
I was gonna say no.
No, I said all my homies hate gravel.
Well, yeah, but okay, so you weren't listening. But
Oh, I thought you said not me.
I said I could have joked and said not me, but that wouldn't have been true.
Okay, it's not that I wasn't listening, punk. It's just you got a quiet ass mic.
Oh, okay, my bad. It's the mic's fault.
Somebody likes to mumble.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm blaming it all on you. It's all your fault.
I mumbled.
Everything you should have done better. You should have done better. How dare you? How dare you? I'm not doing that again. Oh my goodness. There's some thunder, dude.
Yeah, there's a thunderstorm coming here or whatever. I don't know. It's been thunderstorming here in Huntsville.
Yikes.
I heard a boom earlier.
Well, we're finally getting, finally picking it up. What'd you say? Sorry.
Boom!
Boom? How many big booms does this thunderstorm get? God, have you seen those guys?
Yes.
I mean, who hasn't, right?
Kid or whatever. That poor kid.
Fucking the Rizzler. What's his name? Fucking AJ, Big Justice.
Whatever. Isn't it like him and his dad or something?
It's. I think the Rizzler is not related to them, but I think the other two are. It's like they're like.
Dad and a son.
I think it's a dad and son, and then there's also their daughter, and that's actually kind of where I've seen people. I don't really know a whole lot about the situation, but kind of since the allegations, I was like, I don't really feel like interacting with this content anymore. Basically, people have been saying that the father doesn't do a very good job of facilitating or moderating the comments that people leave on the posts about his very young daughter. And it's kind of one of those things where it's like kind of nasty, and it's like, dude, why are you not deleting these comments? And it's kind of like people think that he knows that they're getting good engagement because of that, and
Oh, so he's allowing it to happen.
he's allowing it. That's kind of the thing, and I'm not interested or care enough to look into it. Not that I don't care about those situations, but I just feel like it's not something that I'm not supporting it, and I'm not really interested in learning all about the ins and outs of the AJ family or whatever.
Yeah.
So, I just try not to give it too much of my attention, and know that I'm not supporting it. So,
I mean, it's not transformative content anyway, so it's never anything
No,
I was
not
gonna
at all.
actually watch.
yeah, exactly. I figure I saw
Going
the
to Costco and eating a fucking hot dog and saying, I give that 2 big booms. Okay,
two
it's
big booms.
It's a fucking $1 hot dog at
Bro.
Costco. Stop.
Dude, I've never understood that whole thing, because I remember seeing that first video, and I remember everyone was like making fun of them like so hard, like it was hilarious, but it was good spirited. It was just like, we're Costco guys, we do blah blah blah, and then they would like cut the frame of them like doing something with a really weird face, and then people would like draw it. Did you see those?
No.
Oh, it was so good.
I
Let me send you one.
remember the one where it's like the kid was streaming, I think, or
Oh
something.
gosh, I think I may have seen that. Hold on.
And-
Yeah, where my family member just died. That one.
Yeah, and he goes, 5 big booms for your dead brother. And like,
Oh my
what? And then he
god.
went, boom, boom, boom. And I was like, bro, what the fuck is this? Who let this kid on the stream?
Dear God. Oh wait, you have a TikTok, right?
No, I've had
Why do you not have a TikTok? You don't support.
TikToks in years.
You? What do you mean? I thought you watched them damn dogs TikToks at some point for something.
Yeah, but they also post them on YouTube and Instagram. So
Okay, I didn't know that. Oh yeah, I guess it was on Instagram. Well, open up that link. Ah man, it's just an example of what I was talking about. There was that one video of them going to Costco, and it's them. Somebody just like drew it, and it's just like, yeah, it's okay.
yeah, but they drew them as like
Yeah, they were just like.
caricatures.
It was like, yeah, extreme caricatures of like the most like bizarre like frozen shots of them, and that's what I thought the end of that meme was. And then they just like capitalized off that, I think, and like just kept like making it more content wise. And I was like, okay, well, this is the thing. And now it's 5 big boobs for your dead brother. So
It's just absolute insanity.
yep, we are there. We have peaked as a species. There's nowhere but up. I mean, nowhere but down. Sorry.
At least for the time being. That's on like you gotta spend more time creating and
And wallowing and consuming. I agree. Yeah. 100%. I feel like it is. Yeah, it's also a point in time where like people want to be distracted. And I don't mean that in like a bad way. I mean that is like like people need a break. Yeah, I need a break, man. We all need a break from this shit. It's too much, man. I don't want to deal with all this crap every day. So, but we persevere and we continue, right? So,
A white man? No!
no, what?
I always think about that Schmidt, the new girl.
Oh gosh.
A white man?
Tried watching New Girl.
Ugh,
Anna really loved that show, and I gave it a shot, and it was actually pretty funny. I never got further than like a season or two.
It's so good. Oh, we'll have to
Yeah.
watch it then. That's like
Yeah.
one of my favorite TV shows, straight up.
It is definitely like it had a lot of moments. I remember where like this is like the modern sitcom. This is great. Like this feels like a sitcom made for adults that's like actually thought out and like is very clever. Like and there were a couple bits where I'm like, but then isn't there a I actually no, I know there is. There's a Brooklyn Nine-Nine crossover because I remember seeing it when I watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah, I think so. I think some of the actors have been on it. I don't remember if it was like a direct crossover, at least.
Oh, it's a
in-
crossover. There's a scene where Jake Peralta stops what's her face is the girl's car and is like, excuse me, I need to use this car for an official business. And she's like, what? No, you can't take my car. And he's like, yeah, sorry, we're gonna need it. And they like have this little spat, and it shows up in both episodes. So,
Oh, I don't remember.
and it's pretty cool because you see it from like her perspective in New Girl, you see it from Jake's perspective and the Have you seen Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Yeah. I've seen Brooklyn.
Oh, of course, right. Such a good show, dude.
Some of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, not all of them.
Yeah.
I remember
No, you don't have to have finished it. It does kind of fall off, but I think it ends pretty well.
Yeah. New Girl is another one of those shows where it was like written by a bunch of comedians,
Yeah.
and they were also in the show, so it was
Nice.
just always had something funny.
Always got some good comedic timing and good jokes. That's what we like to see.
You got me cookie. I got you cookie. You eat cookie. You got me cookie. I got you cookie. Now you eat the cookie.
No idea, but just hearing that alone, I know I'm in for a treat. I know I'm in for
And,
a good
like,
time.
It's just stuff like that, and it would be because it's basically the concept is just like this. I mean, for really truly what the character is, Zoe Deschanel's character is just like manic pixie girl,
Yeah.
which is like a stereotype, but she does
Sure,
very well.
but I mean,
Anyway,
yeah.
um, and so it's like manic pixie girl lives with dysfunctional men in
Right.
the story, and like
And that's just like
that's
hilarity ensues.
yes, yeah, no, like that's pretty much the entire concept for the show. She lives with three grown men that all have their own kind of
They're
like
kind of low key man children.
yes, yes, yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
so like
And
that's the whole
yeah.
thing. But like one of them's super clean, and so then one of them's like super
Right.
dirty, and so
It,
then
you know what? To me it kind of feels like if what's it? I was about to say Breaking Bad. What am I trying to think of? Bazinga Show, Sheldon Cooper,
yes,
uh,
yeah,
the nerd thing,
yeah, the Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang Theory. That's it. Thank you. It feels like if that was
The
like actually
Big
well written
Nerd
and was funny.
Show.
The Big Bird Show. Thank you. That's it. That's it. That's what I was trying to think of. No, but the Big Bang Theory, like that kind of same format of like some guys that have very specific, like, nerdy things. Not necessarily nerdy with New Girl, but like being a neat freak is kind of a shtick, and
Yeah,
you've
yeah,
got the guys with their shticks, like in that show. But that just wasn't funny because it wasn't relatable, and like nobody actually acts like that. Whereas New Girl, I feel like is very relatable, and I feel like that's kind of why it's so effective. Because even if I feel like some of the jokes I have seen that just don't really like shtick for me. They're like, this is just man-child humor, which can be funny, but I've
yeah,
seen Will Ferrell do it a billion times, so
yeah.
I'm
Will
over it a little
Ferrell,
bit.
Will Ferrell does it better than you.
Eh, nobody really does it well. That's kind of my thing. Is that man-child humor to me is a little scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Sure.
Um, but I do think that it can be done well, and I think New Girl is probably one of the perfect examples because I think that because it's not just making fun of like, haha, men do stupid funny thing. It's like calling out men like for being
Yes.
dumb and
Yes.
stupid and like things that we do, and I
All
respect
the
that.
time.
I feel like that's hilarious. Thank you
Yes.
for minding that, by the way.
You're
Here's some
welcome.
more.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, no, that's pretty much what the show does the whole time. It's just like, look what they're doing. Why are they
All
being
right,
this way?
and this is like every man you know, right? And it's like, yeah, pretty accurate. So I definitely have seen, and that's also kind of, I think that's probably why I didn't love it at first either, because I was like, this is Loki calling me out. This is stupid,
Yeah.
you know. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
like
yeah.
this.
You have
It's making me
to.
feel bad about the things I do.
Yeah.
God,
It's like
why
if
would a
it's
show do
making
that to
you
me?
feel bad, then like you are the one with the problem.
Right? Yeah, exactly. That's something I feel like, but that's why it's also important to be able to look at it now with nuance. To be able to be like, was I actually right, or was I, being a little baby about this?
Right,
So,
exactly. Yeah, like grown
which would be
men
fun.
wrote this show, so
Exactly. But there are plenty of there are lots of grown men now that are way more man-child than,
yeah, then that show depicts the men as.
yeah. Like I really do feel like the men of Gen Z we're not perfect. There's a lot of problematic guys in our generation.
Oh
But
yeah, easily.
for the most part, we are healing a lot of and it's like stupid stuff. Like it's like stuff that like is obvious and we should have known and like women have known for centuries. But like I feel like the fact that men are acknowledging it now is pretty big, and like we are kind of the start of that, I feel like. And millennials kind of I feel like they like laid the groundwork, but there are still, I feel like there's been a real push in Gen Z towards like um just male acknowledgement and kind of understanding of the damage that men have done over the years and the kind of impact that it still has on women.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
And I'm glad to be a part of that, but obviously it's not all sunshine and flowers. It's
Because there are guys that still then they take advantage of the fact that that's something that is happening or occurring.
exactly, that's such a good point. Yeah.
Because I've seen it happen even with like some of my, like my girlfriends, not my
Mm,
partners that I've dated, but like my
sure.
friends that are women, and they'll be
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, this guy was really awesome." He'd be all like, he was super this or super that, or he's super supportive of that, and then like, a month and a half they start dating, and like a month and a half in, it's using that against her.
Oh God, dude.
And you're like, what?
Yeah, that's
Really?
and that's the part where it's like you're like, damn, this is actually giving us like a worse name than we could even like.
Yeah, because it's like there is progress being made. Yeah, absolutely. And it's like,
Right, but then
what are
there's
you
people
doing?
taking advantage of progress, right? Oh,
Yeah.
that makes me so like frustrated because it's like genuinely that is oh man, like there was something I had about that I was gonna say, but yeah, that's really frustrating to hear, and I feel like that's that's something that like is kind of just an unintended consequence of all this, where like we there are lots of guys who will kind of take that ideology and just kind of use it to be like, oh yeah, I'm like all those. Oh my gosh, I remember now. Have you seen a movie called
I'm not like those other guys.
Promising Young Woman? Oh, it's so good. So it's basically a film about a guy who um, basically rapes a girl in college, and she like kills herself, and her best friend like is like completely distraught about this. So she like creates this whole like revenge plan, and it's like really well done. Like it's not like cheesy or like campy at all. It's very like kind of Ann and I watched it together, so like it was one of those things where like I was definitely trying to. It was one of her like favorite films, but I really still looking back on it, fucking really appreciate this film. But it has Bo Burnham play
Oh, I love him.
this guy that she gets to kind of start knowing, and she becomes like her. They start dating. Like she kind of likes him, and she finds out that he was like there the night that that rape happened, and he recorded it. And like it was this whole thing where he was like, "Well,
Yeah.
yeah, but I wasn't like a part of it. Like I didn't do anything." And it was like just this whole thing where it like really he did a very good job, and it was kind of really weird how well Bo played this part.
He's done this a couple times. He had like a little TV show he wrote that he starred in like for himself. That it was like a similar concept where he was just this.
Ah,
Yeah, he was like this guy who thought he was like really cool, but he was like, I'm gonna be famous, and so he made all of
mm,
his decisions as this like teenage boy with I'm gonna be
that
famous
in
in
mind,
mind,
yeah.
you know.
Uh,
But he'd be like, oh, I'm a great guy because I love my girlfriend and she's really awesome, you know. But then they'd have like a bad day, and he'd be like, well, I'm gonna be famous, so like fuck her, you know. It was
oh,
stuff like
yeah.
yeah, it was but it was like really it was really interesting because he did like a lot of monologuing and stuff,
Hmm.
and the whole show was like other characters telling him he's basically an asshole.
Yeah.
Like you're
Interesting.
just being an asshole, and he'd be like, no, it'll be fine because I'm gonna be famous.
I'm gonna be famous. Yeah. Well, that is definitely that's an interesting concept. I feel like that I'm so torn on Bo because like I really do not like his music.
Oh, no,
I'm just
I love it.
and it's not even like well, no, I'm sorry. I feel like he is very millennial coded, and that's not necessarily a bad thing.
Sure.
But I think the message that he oftentimes has kind of gets lost in the. But I'm not necessarily talking about. This sounds to me like he did a pretty good job of representing like kind of that.
It was decent. I mean, it
Um,
was not like a great show. It was okay.
yeah,
I don't remember
yeah, and that's
the
kind of
season.
yeah, sure. Yeah, so it was just kind of like a short run thing. What was it on? What did it stream on?
I think it's still streaming on Netflix. Maybe? I don't know.
Okay,
It was something.
interesting.
I think it was like Nickelodeon back in the day.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I did not know that, but yeah, so that kind of makes sense, I guess, though, because as much as I appreciate the nuance and the outlook on it. Like that's kind of what it comes down to, right? Like I think that he's got a great point, but I feel like there's just something about the message and the delivery that kind of for me gets lost in translation because I feel like he is, using this art a little bit as a way to kind of not actually acknowledge or as like an easy way out kind of thing, you
Hmm.
know.
Sure.
Um, but more specifically, I just feel like um, it's mostly just a personal preference thing where I just can't stand that one song, especially where it's like where he's talking about he says something about Jeffrey Bezos in the very opening lines, and it like
Jeffrey
physically.
Bezos.
Don't sing it, please. I can't. I actually can't. It like
He did
physically.
it.
I know, and that's the thing is that the sentiment of the song, I like. By the way, can you come here and get this, Cole?
Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah,
The sentiment of the song, 100% agree, right?
mhm.
And yeah, but I'll start. Continue. What were you gonna say?
Yeah, so he's very like he is extremely cynical. Like probably too much. He's
Yes, I would agree.
and his music is very very on the nose. It's not very nuanced at almost at
That's
all.
the other thing about it too, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Then I think that's what probably makes it specifically hard for you is there's not he is not going for nuance. He is like this is what I'm singing about. That is exactly what you're getting.
Right. I 100% think that again, yeah, that works. But or not works. I think that it is
Because he's a stand-up
a
comic,
exactly. It's a
not a
style.
music maker necessarily.
But that's the thing. I think he tries a little too hard to brand himself as both. And I think that that is where he really loses me is that he's trying like I think he is a very very good comedian. I think he's got a lot of great points and he does a decent job at making them funny. It's just when he starts to sing them is when he loses me.
Sure.
I'm like, why are you this is so funny and this is a great point. Why is it about Jeffrey Bezos blah 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 blah? Like I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh man.
Well, so that's what he talks about. So his early stuff is very different from I would say his like last two projects he did. So like Inside and the one right before that. Because he starts to get introspective on that whole idea that like he is known as the singing silly songs comedian kid, and it's like
Right.
kind of tearing him up because he doesn't really know he doesn't really want to be that anymore. But he doesn't know how to not be that because that's how people know him,
Right, and that's yeah. I mean, that's part of like building your identity off of one kind of shtick, right? That's like the problem with it.
Yeah. Well, and it's like it's like a marketing thing too. Like, would he have gotten as famous as he was if he hadn't have? Maybe I don't know.
Sure, but I mean that's kind of the thing where it's like, do you trade what you want to do for what you know will do well?
Right.
And I
And,
don't. I don't know.
And he was like, you gotta remember too, when he first got famous, he was like 14 or 15 years old.
Was he? I did not know that.
He was, and so it's like it was like a very hard transition, and the between him and I mean as hard as it can be for Bo Burnham, but
Sure. Yeah, that's a good point. Fair.
which he also brings up is he's like,
I
this
bet.
has
Yeah,
been
I'm sure
hard
he
for
acknowledges
me.
it.
Yeah, because he's so cynical. He's like, this has been hard for me personally. He's like, in the grand scheme of things, like, who am I to complain about shit when I've made over $1 million in my life, and like, my mom and my dad will never have to worry about anything ever again, and like, I could basically retire right now and never do anything ever again, and like,
Yeah.
and yet I still don't feel any real satisfaction with what I've been able
What
to
I've done. Yeah.
um, which is why he started like branching out into doing other things too. Like he
Right,
directed
and
a
honestly,
movie.
I liked eighth grade. I really genuinely thought that was, to me, like, this is what Bo is good at. Like, I
Yeah.
can tell this is where his, like, heart really feels like it's supposed to be at. I loved eighth grade. I thought that was a very, very, very poignant movie and very much unlike Bo, which is why I liked it.
It's so I don't know. I think it's hard again because he's so associated with that like he's Bo Burnham, the comedian, sing song guy. That like to get because I think that was almost a self-funded project of his. So it's hard to like get people to commit, like production companies to commit to him being like a serious director or whatever when he's
Right,
this,
yeah, when he's, like,
this
known
sing-song
as...
kid.
Sure. Yeah.
He's 30 now. He's like 35.
Right. I totally, yeah. I mean, I get that struggle, but again, I think if you're branding yourself as this, like it's kind of par for the course, and like I can only have so much sympathy,
Right.
for somebody who's like kind of built their brand off of being this way, and like if you're not happy with the success of it, it's like you kind of have dug your own grave here. And I get that that's something that's cool to be introspective about. And again, like obviously he has a lot more to say, but yeah, that part of it is a little hard for me to like sympathize with him fully.
Right.
You know.
I hope he gets to back to making movies and whatnot. Cause
I agree. I
that's what
would
he
love to
should
see
be
more Bo
doing.
Burnham movies.
Um,
Yeah, because I think he's a fine actor, but he's clearly
much better.
an incredible writer. Like, I feel like he has so much potential to like actually. He has enough name recognition right now to where he could make another quote unquote eighth grade, and it would like he has the potential to make like another like to be the next big kind of indie filmmaker in terms of just depending on what he does. But yeah, I agree. I do think that he has. That I would love to see him do more in the kind of movie space and to see what his potential could be like in that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but
think he's
overall,
done
I respect
with,
him a lot for sure.
Yeah. I
Continue,
think he's
sorry.
done with all the comedy stuff. Like he'd already
Is he?
retired.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
He'd already retired from it before he did Inside. He did Inside because Netflix was gonna pay him a shit ton of money to do it.
Yeah, and I mean, that's like another thing where he was honest about that too, right? Like he was
Yeah,
like,
he was
I'm only doing this because I'm getting paid like a bag. Like,
Yeah, and he was because he hadn't done anything in like it was like over 5 years.
yeah,
He
nice.
took a 5-year break. So like when he was like 25, he stopped doing stand-up comedy.
Wow.
So yeah, I mean it's like he had stopped marketing himself at 25 as like the sing-song guy, and then he did Inside was more of like his own creative project, which ended up being much more introspective. Now they obviously still did singing song and stuff,
Sure.
but it was very different from the tone of like what he'd done before.
Interesting.
It was,
Yeah.
it was much more like, oh shit, this is not
Yeah.
this is not fun anymore. That's what it
Right. This
felt
is no
like.
longer. Yeah. This is not like we've taken out the kind of sarcasm of it, and it's just full cynicism. Like,
Yes, it was very much like almost full cynicism.
I mean, honestly, I like I said, I kind of get that, and I feel like that to me has more potential because you can't just be a cynic. You can't. I mean, if you are just a cynic, then you're just kind of an asshole.
Yeah.
And so like if you're, so I'm
He is.
interested to see where he takes that, right? Because wait, say that again.
I said, and maybe he is. Just
I mean, yeah. No, I don't think so. I really do think
No, I
that
do think
he.
he's hopefully more than that.
Right. And while I do some of, I think some of his roles and things he's been a part of, I'm not always like, this feels like a little too much like you're trying to cover up, or like you're making fun of somebody who you kind of really are.
Oh yeah.
But, or yeah,
I think that's
but I don't know. He definitely gets it to a certain degree.
right. I think that's.
And I
what
feel
he's
like
been
I'm
effective
interested to
for a
see.
long time. At
What
least-
was effective for a long time?
At least in the beginning too, like when he was younger, it was because he was an asshole. That's probably why it was so effective because he's coming from that like he was an asshole.
Yeah.
Sincere.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I guess that is fair. It's just one of those things where I'm like,
Still sucks, but it's
Yeah.
true.
right. It's just hard for me to be like, yeah, like,
I love that asshole.
or yeah, like I can like.
He doesn't
It's
even
hard
like
because,
himself when he was younger anymore.
and that's the thing, right? Where I'm like, I don't wanna be held to that at some point either. So like, I'm trying to like have nuance with it and recognize like, yeah, there's some parts I just don't like about him that I'm just not gonna like because of like, the difference in what I enjoy and what I don't enjoy. But to understand what of his is actually like, just objectively good, and what is kind of like, what of his is worth. I don't know. I mean, it can go lots of ways, but
Exactly. Yeah, I
anyway,
think-
my pickaxe is basically dead, so I'm gonna go run up to the
Oh,
the
I'm
farm.
with you.
yeah.
Yeah, his I'd say like right look at works that he's done, like Inside or whatever his like 8th grade and whatever the next project he's.
See, but wasn't Inside just another like song thing? Like,
You know, it was supposed to be, but it feels like more than that to me. But I loved it, so yes.
I think I heard some stuff from it,
Yeah,
and yeah, and I'm not even saying that I just there's just something about his music where like even if I know that it's just gonna be very on the nose, and I know that it's going to be, and that's just something where like as much as I can appreciate the message, I think it might just be a better. I honestly feel like I might just get more out of like reading it, because it's just sometimes a little hard for me to appreciate it fully when I'm like struggling to, because like it's like I know that one song that he has like that Jeffrey Bezos, born in 1984 or whatever, like I know that there are plenty of points I agree with in him on that, but like there's just something about it's like, you know, when people it's just like when a fan base ruins a piece of media, right? Like that's kind of an example, you know, like people using the audio too much, that's like part of it as well, just kind of with, you know, people making Bo Burnham their whole personality and kind of overusing his music as well. So yeah, that's kind of just where I'm like, I'm a little stuck with it because like I know that, again, yeah, the message I agree with, but it's just a little hard for me to fully be like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna fully listen to this, and you know, it's like trying to find, I don't know, it's like eating your vegetables, you know, like there's some vegetables that are just like I know they're good for me, but I'm just, you know, not a fan of their flavor. If that's an
Sure,
okay.
that can be adequate.
So.
Um,
Marvin Taps, best viewers on streamboo.com. Remove the space. Man, shut up.
well,
Random spammers in the chat, sorry.
you've got people in your chat.
There's I don't think there's actual, it's just somebody who will like pop in every now and then and say, best viewers on these, it's just spam bot stuff. So, anyway, yeah, you want to go up to the mob thing real quick? Oh yeah, all the materials. Do you here? I can place out another. Do we have another chest? Okay. Soon, all of this will have a place. We'll all have a location.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun. I guess we'll
Alright.
end here in a second. It's 11:30.
I was about to say it is getting pretty late. I figured we'd wrap up here, but yeah, let's at least both get our pickaxes refilled. And you can. Oh, do you want to go ahead and can I get mine back, or are you gonna refill it while we're doing this? Okay. Thank you, sir. The big dig, the biggest diggus. Golly, I'm gonna have to empty this out. This sucker's full of shite items we don't need. Get this out of here, get this out of here, get this out of here. Gone. How come you don't use a sword?
I don't know.
Oi, bruv.
Because I want it to be different. No, I didn't.
Of course.
I didn't want an extra thing in my inventory. Like, 'cause I already do that.
Oh, you don't even keep a sword on you normally?
Nope.
Okay, that fair. I usually keep an iron sword up here to use because it has that sweeping effect, you know? It is very nice. I will say that is one of the things about Bedrock that's like unbearable. They don't have sweeping edge at all. Every single hit is like an individual hit. Bedrock just sucks, man. So bad for them. Especially Bedrock builders, dude. Holy hell. They just got like the first world edit kind of mod thing.
Oh,
And like Java builders have had that for years, pretty much since the game's been out and the modding community's been a thing. All of this junk in the chest, all these random bits of armor and crap.
Yeah.
But we need all the other stuff. Ooh, almost threw my pickaxe. I think netherite actually doesn't burn in lava, which is pretty cool.
Wait, what?
I'm 95% sure. Yeah, I don't think so.
Why not? Do
Yeah,
it
you
for
know,
the
let me
stream.
try it real quick.
Do it for the stream.
That's a good idea. Let's try. Oh, you're flying. Oh yeah, we are out of rotten flesh. That's what we like to see.
Oh, really?
We are. We are getting low on gunpowder, though. I'll tell you what.
I'll tell you what, we are getting low on gunpowder and propane accessories. God dang it, baby.
It's getting late. I'll be sleepy. I'm sure you're tired.
I know we were editing today. We got through like most of the scene, and then we were like, oh shit, there were 3 other takes that we hadn't looked at yet.
Wow. Oh,
And
that sucks to get like.
And then they were
Yeah.
way better than all of the stuff. That
Oh.
yes, they were like the best takes that they had,
Oh.
or that we had.
Actually.
You want to give me
Well,
one of
such
your
a-
pickaxes so I can
Yes,
I
if
got
you
all
don't
my
mind.
stuff.
Crazy.
It was pretty funny. We were like, and I said, I don't know. I think there was like 6 when we figured that out. And I straight
Good
up was-
lord.
I was like, I think we need to be done today because I'm gonna get.
Yeah,
frustrated.
that's like the. All right, guys, let's call it here. This is we're too tired.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna get frustrated if we try to like get this in here right now because this take is
Jesus.
way better. Like these 3 takes are better than all of the stuff we've just been
That
doing,
would
so we're
piss
gonna
me
have to, like,
off so bad, dude.
not redo everything, obviously. Like we'll have to
Basically, I mean,
well,
oh
just
man.
pick the spots that it makes more sense on, but to use a shot like that, because I will say it is a different angle too. So that does
Okay, so
help.
yeah, there's some things to consider, but
Yes,
still.
Yeah. But yeah, no, but overall it's kind of like, damn it, fuck, God, damn it, you know. But it'll help us because we can use a lot of those. It was a lot better on the story beats, and they were a lot faster. So we can a lot faster but more sincere.
Ah, nice. Okay.
Because they weren't beating around the bush. They were like ad-libbing too much during the filming of that.
Yeah, you can't have actors doing what they want to do, man. Come on, they better follow the script to the T. I wrote this shit for a reason. You gonna tell me you know what to do better? Yeah, okay.
I mean, sometimes, but not always.
No, I know. it's
But,
like obvious, right?
yeah, but they, yeah, it was just funny. Cause we were just like, damn it. Because if we had that, like, extra angle that entire time, like, yeah, we would have used much less. Because we don't want that scene we were editing, we don't want it to be super intense. The whole
Sure,
time.
yeah, you kind of just.
We want
yeah.
parts of it to feel intense, but not necessarily the whole thing. So, like, close-ups for the entire conversation does not make sense. And we were like, oh well, if we have to, that's fine. So that's how we were editing it, was like, this is fine. But now we have an angle that includes both of the characters that are having a conversation, so it's like Less than 10?
Yeah.
Okay, now we're gonna basically use this entire tank, I guess. Great. So,
Wow.
I was like, how did we missed that? I missed putting that on the timeline for us to be watching for. And I was just like, damn, that's...
Well, you can't be expected to pick up every little thing, you know?
Well, yeah,
Sorry.
I know, but I was like, you know, I just grabbed all of the clips, you know, and put them in the timeline. I just missed 3.
Yeah.
Somehow. She was like, oh, man.
Oh man.
She was like, yeah, I'm gonna get frustrated too, and I was like, okay, well, that was good for today.
Yeah, we call it here. I don't blame you all. I feel like that's just. But I mean, you know, at the very least, it'll be something where it's like, these are the kind of things where you get to like, it sucks now, but you'll get to laugh about it more.
Oh yeah.
Kind of once the production's finished. So,
Well,
remind me, what's y'all's kind of aim for date again?
finish editing before April 30th, but we won't premiere it until later. It'll be
Okay.
a couple months. Depends on what the, depends on when we can get a venue and what the like parameters are for the film festivals that we entered into. You know, I think
Gotcha.
some
Yeah,
of
I mean,
them-
it.
some of them will be like, oh, you can't show this before we've shown it if they're like local ones that accept us. You know,
Gotcha.
so people will want to come see it at their film festival. You know,
Well, yes, I'm still kind of missing what you're.
have you never?
So
you
why
never,
wouldn't you?
you've never heard about stuff like that?
I don't think so. I mean, I'm not really. I've never done a short film kind of thing.
No. Well, okay. Do you know about this in the music industry?
Not really. So,
I can't remember what it's called, but basically, like, if you play a certain venue, sometimes they'll ask you to play like or sign like a basically like a non-compete, I guess. So you can't play
what?
Yes, so you can't play another show within like 100 miles of that venue, so that people will
But-
want to come see the show in Nashville.
At that one venue.
Right. So if you want
I get that, but. Okay,
so
sorry.
It's the same idea, right? But
Yeah,
Like a short
wha-
film. So, like, you know, if you're having your premiere for free and in the same city or same region as wherever the short film festival is, right? They may.
Ah, okay.
You get what I'm saying? Like, if you submit
Yes.
one of the things after you submit and you get accepted, they might ask, hey, don't show this or don't have a public showing. An official public
Right,
showing.
at like some other place because it would take away potential business.
Yes, from our.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I thought this was just like a random arbitrary, like, yeah, we want you to only perform or show your thing here, and if you do it anywhere else, we'll sue you. And this is the only way we'll allow you to show it here. But no, that
would
makes a lot more
ass-
sense.
I would assume they probably wouldn't sue anybody, but they may
I mean, it-
disqualify you.
Seek damages, or yeah, I don't know if it would actually
I think
turn
they
out to
would
be
just-
anything.
Yeah. Well, I mean, filmmaking, I'm sure, but like, you know, it's a huge production company or something.
Yeah.
I can't imagine they'd be like, yes, you're gonna sue Connor White with all of his
Sometimes they make
hundreds
examples,
of
man.
dollars that he has.
By the way, here, use this wooden or that iron sword. I just made it to swing with things. You can just put it back up in the chest when you're done.
He hit stuff in their feet worked pretty well.
But yeah, but for the armored things, you'll be able to, and you can kill like multiple at the same time. So,
So that zombie just died on impact.
yeah, some of them do be doobies. No, they do be dying immediately.
This one's almost.
Bro, there's so much. Yeah, mine just finished up. That's why I did it.
There you go.
Nice, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
I don't need to do this.
Back up pickaxe.
Pack up pickaxe.
Pack
Thank
up
you, sir.
pickaxe.
All right, shall we go put the final touches on that square and then
Square.
call it on the mountain?
I don't know. I'm tired.
Come on, we gotta see it through.
I'm exhausted.
No, I'm kidding. Let's see. Let's just go take a look and see.
We'll admire it for a second.
Exactly. Admire our good work. Ah, Wow.
Yes.
Big square.
Bikini bottom.
Bikini bottom. Goo lagoon.
Oh, the French
Classic.
every time.
Good stuff, man. All right, yeah. So send me that video for the sorter thing, and I'll see if I can't figure something out.
Yeah.
We'll get her going.
Yeah. I'll put it
Mm,
in the
mm, mm.
build ideas. Did I not already?
Maybe I don't think so. I think I looked for it at one point and did not find it.
Item sorter.
Is it in there?
Maybe that's not the right one. That may not be the right one.
Maybe that's why.
We
I
knew
thought you were
that
doing the Indiana
shaving
Jones theme. I
industry
think you said
was
dun dun dun
sort of
dun.
intentionally
Dun,
broken,
dun,
it feels
dun.
like.
Dun, 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 dun.
Placing a comparator right here.
Dun,
Place a
dun,
solid block.
dun, dun, dun,
Yeah, I found it.
dun, dun, dun. Okay,
that's
wait,
not
it's
the-
not the one in the thing though.
That's not the one thing then. Here you go. That's
Oh shoot, you had to get deep slate. Eesh, not even cobbled deep slate. Yikes. Tough.
I mean, I think I could get cobbled deep slate. I just used my my other one, whatever it's called, my pickaxe.
Yeah, the one with
Silk touch.
efficiency.
Silk touch.
Yeah. Understandable.
It's this one, but obviously we're not building that whole building. It's just the redstone part of it. And like in the video, he's got.
I see.
Are you ready
Okay,
for
yeah.
retirement? Or free retirement?
Let's see. He's got like little stalls, and the stalls are like 4 by 4. So
Okay.
each one fits like that with like 4. I think it's like 4 or 5 high chests. Technically, I think. Unless it breaks whatever he's got going on, I think you could do as high as you wanted it to go.
Right, potentially.
You could,
I'll have to look at the design and see, because I think I understand how they work now. So,
but because
okay,
it's like
that
trying
should be
to
fine.
show, because we got that little part of it where it's like it tries to show you what if the chest is full of something. So because I thought that was neat that a lot of them don't do.
gotcha. I have to check. I'll have to see what you mean. I'm not
It's
looking
got-
at that video at this very moment, but
It's just got lanterns or whatever next to each
Okay.
chest. It's cool.
yeah. So it's just the non-necessary parts. I see.
Not necessary. No, that's necessary for me.
No, or the parts that aren't functional per se.
That's very functional. Then we know what if a chest has stuff in it.
Oh, sorry, that light. I thought you meant lanterns, as in like
It's
I didn't
redstone
know what you meant.
lamps, I guess.
Lamp. Okay,
Redstone
you and Jacob got them mixed up.
Oh,
It's
no.
so funny. He said he called them. He was like, "Oh yeah, they're adding redstone lamps to the game," and I was like, "What? Redstone lamps already exist." He was like, "What's the thing? Blah blah blah," and it was like he just couldn't figure it out. And he's like, "Oh, lanterns." I was like, "Oh, they're adding redstone lanterns. That's what you mean." And so yeah, and then of course you had it the other way around.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, all right. Is it time to call it?
I think it's time to call it.
All right, where are we gonna? Where's our ending spot? Should we
Oh,
go end it
ending
in the back
spot.
cave?
We should. I don't know.
Meet
in front of-
Alfred. Meet me in the back cave.
In the back cave. Okay. Either that or in front of the log cabin's always good. Like there's a little spot.
Actually, yeah. Wait. We just both end in our own spots. You can end in
Oh.
front of the log cabin. I'll end in the back cave.
Wait. No, I feel like we should do the same one. I mean, we're shooting.
Okay. I'll come up to the. You know what? The back cave is closed from the entrance I wanted to enter from, so we'll do the regular old cabin for now.
Okay. How do I do like? Is it like F5? What's
F5 pops you into third person. I'm sitting up here on the bench, man. What are you doing?
Oh. Are we supposed to be?
Yeah, man.
Are we supposed to be on the bench?
I'm sitting.
was
I don't know where
thinking-
you are.
I was thinking we were gonna have it in the background. But...
No, I figure. Well, you're right because this has got the. Oh, you're right. This has got the Alabama flag. Let's get out of here.
It's so hard to control in third person. Yeah, I was
It
thinking,
is,
like,
dude. It's like all backwards.
I was thinking like right here, ish. You know.
So
it's
wait,
like
I gotta-
in the background.
Okay, and
Either
then
that or we can
yeah,
go up onto one of these, and then we can have the rainbow in it too.
yeah, I like that. I like that.
And we could always end on a different. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that. Look at those.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And then I gotta turn my back so I get all 5 in the shot. And then we do the Minecraft thing. We look up at the sky, we crouch, and we punch.
Oh.
You have to punch. You have to
My bad.
click.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Come on, bro. You're not doing the thing.
Bye, guys. Bye.
Bye, guys. See you
See you
later.
later.
Bye. All right. Let's end this shit.
All right. Stop
Get it outta here.
all